Still got the music going. And then he just cuts out. I can't hear you in your...
I can't hear.
Oh, sorry. I had my mic turned off. I was going to play it like that for the rest of the adventure. So, I just realised that I've done something wrong. Welcome to episode. I think this is episode 10.
Really?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Is that
wow?
Is that right?
Yeah, double figures.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that because you haven't put episode 9 on YouTube yet.
No.
And I was going, I need this information.
Yeah, because I tell you, I'm a little bit behind with uploading it and sorting everything. So anyway, you can see that Flat has decided to up his game today with a green screen, so like putting us all to shame in our other little corners.
Oh, hell yeah.
Also, please notice that I'm just making myself a little bit bigger to fit in the gap. So that isn't a natural green that he's got round the outside of him. You know, that is the remnants. Oh, it's gone from 20 to 9, guys. We're fine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, I think what they were doing, they were watching Tolsequol's stream on my channel. Can you see what I mean? So once we arrived, they thought, made a run for it.
Who are these people? Get them up.
Cryptexus thought you were ill, Flat Battery.
There's technical difficulties, and then it's not green. It's all good.
Yeah. So I am sort of like working on sort of like some sort of overlay for this when we get everybody up and running. But you can see that everybody's on and everybody's squeezed in, so we're fine. But if you would like to watch a really high-end streaming experience, then go to
stay right here.
Then just go along to Flat Batteries. That was when the dragon weed. That's when the dragon weed last week. Hang on, that. Oh yes, thank you, Cryptex, for your resubscription. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's 2 months. subscription to the channel. Thank you very much, everybody. The fist bump there, yeah. So I thought Flat Battery was undressing then.
Battery's sort of gone off screen.
I was just about to have to take his webcam off as he slowly started to undress.
No, keep it on. Just background music. Dun, 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 dun.
So no, Chugga there will not be any space combat, but there will definitely be some combat. Anyway, we always like to start this stream by people just quickly introducing their characters, saying who they're playing and something briefly about their characters. Now, can I just say, guys, that when we play Shadowrun, Chugga actually does a different thing every week, and last week he actually did a rap. So I'm really looking forward to your efforts tonight. So let's go from the bottom up to the top. So, Flat, you're up first.
Rapping is not my thing. Poetry is my thing, though, but not on the fly. So, guys, my name is Flat Battery. I'm on Twitch TV. My character is Julius. He's a half elf. He's also a paladin at level 3. And you want any more than that?
Who's taken an oath of what?
Oath of devotion.
Yes. So what, just out of interest, what are your oaths? What are your guiding lights? What is it that you actually have to keep to and stick to?
Honor and I've got to choose another one now.
Silence.
Oh, this is going to be fun because I've got them written down right way above there.
I can do silence.
It says, if Flat deviates from any of these, remove his paladin hood. Snip.
Oh, yeah. Snip. There are levels. If it's a small transgression that I'm sorry for, then it's like a small one. If I just go, no, I'm going to do it no matter what the difference is, then that is a serious.
So size does matter. Let's
saying that for
Flat
years.
Battery. Flat Battery? Can you just point up with both fingers? Because next it's Big B.
Oh, I'm Big Beastie, and I play Bazooka. That's not his real name, but that's the name he's going by.
His real name is Shirley.
Yes, that's why he goes Bazooka. He is a rock gnome. That is a fighter, which is really interesting.
Excellent. Thank you, Big Beastie. Can you point both fingers up in the air? Yes, and it's on to Longshanks.
Hi guys, I'm Longshanks EPG. I play a druid called Ashenek, who thinks he's more sort of like resilient than he actually is, and he tends to dive into combat and almost die every week at the moment. So
he's doing quite well at that, though. He's really perfected the skill.
He's getting there.
Yeah,
his alter ego is helping quite a bit with that.
Yes,
yeah. And his second alter ego might help a little bit differently.
How exciting!
So watch out for that.
Excellent. And could you point 2 fingers up in the air, please? Excellent. And on to Clout.
Sorry, which 2 fingers?
I'm Split Saturn. I play Rubric. He's a sorcerer dwarf. And he has learned how to manipulate meta magic to change his spells. And he also learned secondary rule spells.
Excellent. So, guys, if you remember, you have just come back from rescuing the caravan's lost children. And if you remember that, you were rewarded with money, ale, and strange and yet powerful magical items. It was also during this time that 2 of you, I think it was it Longshanks, was it Ashenik and...
Ashenik Ashenik found some mushrooms growing where mushrooms shouldn't grow.
And Rurik found, as they were combing their hair before they went to bed, they found some tiny little mushrooms growing out of their heads, and they pulled them out, and there was a slight twinge, as if, you know, when you pull that single hair out of your head, that sort of like twinge. And if you are wondering what this might be related to, then please go back on YouTube and watch episode 8, because there's something that might have a little bit of a clue in episode 8. It was also that episode that we met the paladin for the first time, duelist for the first time. Anyway, guys, you have been back on the caravan, and throughout the last few weeks, people have been coming up to you and saying, thank you so much, you are so good, you are really, really powerful, we are so impressed with you guys, you know. And the protectors are talking about how Bazooka changed from a cowardly, sheltering gnome into something a lot bigger and a lot more powerful, and how if it wasn't for Julis's great healing, Rurik would now be dead, and how Ashenik turned into a mighty bear and took on the whole. There is stories, Longshanks, that Ashenik actually turned into a bear and destroyed the whole camp. Single-handedly, you know, including 3 wolves, you know. There's certain things that still remain unanswered and have been playing on your minds for the last few days. The first thing is the strange occurrence of mushrooms growing in Ashenik's and Rurik's head, but also the weird, almost like shaman who escaped your clutches by casting some kind of spell and dashing away from the goblin camp, and also the beast that originally you thought was hunting the paladin, but that the paladin was hunting, but now it almost appears that the beast is actually hunting the paladin instead. So lots of intrigue going on. You haven't heard from the other band of adventurers for some time now, but the caravan keeps plodding along quite safely. You have healed up, and you are going to be approaching a village soon. And as you approach this village is when you will actually train up, although I will let you train up and then we'll go into the next part of the adventure, so to speak. So
stay there.
Say again, sorry?
Can we not stay there? So
yes, if you wish to open a shopkeeping shop, then that's absolutely fine. So it is a day or two before you actually sort of like arrive at a rather interesting little town like this. You should be able to see the
idyllic.
I like that.
Called Clarion. And Clarion was actually named by the stream, so people know that who actually named it and why. So it seems to be a town that is situated around. I can hear myself, by the way.
Yeah.
Is situated on a river crossing. And when I say river, I'm not talking a Mississippi or Amazon style. I'm talking about a river that you could quite happily swim across, but there's a ford at one end of the town and a bridge at the far end, so you could actually go across the ford and you could wade across or swim across, but it's not a fast flowing river at all. It's quite a big village, this, a lot bigger than Forestville that you remember from your early times in this sort of like world. And it's only as you walk round and you suddenly notice that there's unfamiliarity here for you. There's religions that you are not aware of. There are almost like languages that you're not actually aware of, and it almost appears as if you're not in Kansas anymore and you've actually moved to something completely different. And even as you're traveling and you listen about Julius's gods and things like that, you suddenly become aware that you are probably not in the same world as what you started in many years ago or adventures ago when you had that encounter in the tavern, or right in episode 1. You find somewhere to live and to stay for the night, and the caravan sort of like has a regular deal with the local tavern, and everybody sort of like has hot baths and, you know, gets rid of the fungus from their hair and the dust, and sort of like settles down for a good night's sleep. And it's over the next day or so that you start to relax and you train in your abilities that actually give you that third levelness. It's also during this time that you take a closer look at the river, and you notice that it's not as clean as what you originally thought it would be. There's a high degree of green algae growing in it. Occasionally there's dead fish floating up to the surface. And generally the water, rather than being crystal clear, almost like has, as if there's a strange suspension of dust and silt in it, and it becomes cloudy, and there's a faint smell drifting up from it that is definitely not the smell of freshness, so to speak. It's while you're actually on the second day or third day in the town that you actually get summoned to the mayor. And the leader of the caravan has actually recommended you to go and see the mayor of the town of Clarion. And he's keen to have an audience with you to express a problem that they are having.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Not sweet.
Yeah, because you know where it's going to go. This, well, yeah,
When
this is the
just
start
probably
of the.
goes.
So are we in with the mayor now?
No. The messenger has just arrived to say that you are called for an audience. If you wish to attend.
Does he say how quickly he wants to see us?
Well, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. Bazooka's on his third portion of pancakes. You know, Rurik's looking forward to his second breakfast. That happens, you know, first one about 8, second one about 9:30, third one about 10, you know, fourth one just 11:30, 10:30, then 11's, then lunch, so forth and so on. So he's there. You've just sort of like eaten your second sort of like bacon butty, so to speak, and you're ready to go and see. You know, Rurik has probably got a few crispy bits of bacon in his beard, but apart from that, you know, everybody is looking good and feeling fine and ready for some hefty jolly adventures. So you can go now if you wish.
What a bet.
on Bazooka's like third portion there, it's like just filling up the road, are we, little lad?
Yeah.
I look at Rurik and say, you got to eat that.
Rowick just goes, yes, and goes, and just puts it all in one mouthful.
Tried to prove a point.
Can I go looking for materials?
We'll probably be able to do it later if it's not like see him now, then it's not supremely important, and we might be able to do it later on.
Okay.
On the way to where we're whatever happens, and you know whatever he wants and stuff like that. So I'll probably have time.
Have we learned what we needed to learn, or have we got to go about and do that yet?
Learn what? Sorry.
Because we've been here for the last 3 days, haven't we?
Yeah.
You have trained up. You are
Oh.
now literally third level, and all that's done and dusted, so to speak. So,
Right.
And you will have restocked spell components, and you've got spells back and everything like that. So
Awesome.
You're sort of like ready for your next part of the adventure. Just to let you know, you are carrying quite a lot of gold around with you at the present moment in time. So there is the caravan has provided you with small coffers that you can actually put your gold in and lock with your key. You get the key, and the gold is actually put on the treasury wagon, which is where their gold is, and that of course is protected night and day. Otherwise,
I can tell you one thing. I'm liking this caravan.
yeah, otherwise you would actually end up after a while walking around the place with a sack full of gold coins, you know. so it's probably not the best idea. So excellent. So are you all heading off to the mayor's office then?
I definitely
I
am.
suppose.
Yeah, I brush big bazooka down with from all the crumbs of breakfast, how many breakfast lunches he's had, and then
try to make him look somewhat respectable, you know. And
Can I take a nap first?
you know, you could probably put a towel round him and sort of go like that to buff up his chainmail so it looks a little bit shinier, you know. Or put him in one of those shoulder bags. You know, just so he's.
I will take bacon grease from my beer and shine his armor.
Yeah, just so like. And as you walk through the town towards the mayor's office, you suddenly notice that there's a line of dogs just following Bazooka, sniffing the air as he walks past. Okay, you're granted immediate audience with the mayor, and the mayor sits in what can only be described as almost like a room with a throne. If you've seen the two towers, it's a bit like when they go to meet his name's
yes,
of the riders.
Theoden.
Yeah.
Theoden, yes. It's a bit like when
Theoden.
it's that sort of like setup. So the mayor's up at the one side, and it almost looks like he has visions of grandeur because he's almost like sat on this throne. And you notice that he's actually wearing a circlet round his head as well as some kind of ceremonial chain. But it almost like looks like a crown, you know. So and he's very old. He's very old, you know, for human standards. He must be about, 70, 80 years old, which is quite a long life for people in this day and age, so to speak. So, you are invited in, and you go up to the mayor, and little servants run in with little stools for you to sit on, so you can actually sit quite upright. It's only a tiny stool, and somebody lifts the gnome up onto it, so his legs are now swinging like this.
He's actually stood on it, and he's the same height as.
Yeah, and they
actually pull out a fishing rod and
yeah. Excellent.
Yes.
And the mayor sort of like he introduces himself and sort of like mentions that he has a rather exciting proposition for you. So I am now going to switch into mayor mode. Mayor mode. And so you guys can role play the rest of it. If you want to say something that your character is doing, then it's a lot, and you don't want to actually do it, then you can say something like Bazooka will. Can you see what I mean? So then I know it's something that you're thinking about. But if you literally say, I'll pick something up, then I will assume that you're actually doing that. So
You'll know mine as well from my character speech change. If I speak normally, that's me doing an action, or if I do the voice of Julish, then that's him.
Right.
Back.
Okay then.
I've been practicing in the mirror.
Okay, so he sort of like eyes you all up, And then he sort of says, "My name is Mayor Cadon. I am been a mayor here for some time, and never have I experienced what is happening to the village at this precise moment in time. I have heard of your exploits, your great deeds, and I am somewhat impressed by the way you helped the caravan on the way to our humble river village."
Thank you very much, Mayor, sir. It's a great pleasure for us to be seen by you. And now I've lost the accent again. What is the big hubbub around town that you want us to look into?
You may have noticed.
It's a host.
Thank you, Last Dragonfall. You may have noticed the river. For many years, the river has been clean and supplied our humble village with fresh water, not only for drinking, but also for cleaning and washing. For some years now, for decades, the water has been kept clean and the village has benefited from this. However, as you can probably notice, the river is changing. It is becoming, shall we say, infected, and the cleanliness has slowly and surely dying, as is the life within the river. He gives a stern look to Bazooka.
Yeah, I'm
And
like-
says to you, Flat. He says, "If the child wishes to leave, he can do."
Sir, there is no child. He is actually a man just a little bit short in some aspects.
It is very serious when people suffer great war injuries and they lose half the use of their legs. And yet, so fearless as I can see, and yet he is going forward at such a humbling height.
It's a good job. He keeps his cool. He keeps his cool head in it.
I've been asked three things already by Kakashi in Wills. One, can you narrate a book for him? Two,
By who, sorry?
Kakashi.
All right.
He's one of my viewers. Also, can we punch him, the mayor, twice?
See, I was thinking that. I was like, can we slap the words out of it?
However, that's not me.
You do notice, just out of interest, you do notice that as Bazooka goes for his sickle, which is his weapon and not an innuendo for anything else, several guards do suddenly train heavy crossbow bolts all in his direction.
What have you done, Kakashi? What have you done?
and you notice up on the balcony, the guards up there suddenly heft their spears, ready to throw. Kebab bazooka! Anyway.
Is respecting your elderly paladin duty?
Yeah, I stand in front of Bazooka to everybody else. Yeah, it's like, so I get in the way of everything. I'm not going to even put my shield up here. It's like, don't worry, he's not doing anything disrespectful. It was just a little twitch from a few days ago.
I see his war injuries cause this, and I totally understand, my good man. Those who have suffered great things have a great burden to carry with them, and I see your burden sitting 2 chairs along from you.
Indeed.
2 weeks ago, my young and, shall we say, innocent daughter, my only daughter, fell ill. from drinking some water from the river. Although she survived, her skin is still somewhat drawn of colour, and she cannot eat properly anymore, shall we say, returning the food to the pot shortly after consuming it. We have a cleric in the town, a humble cleric, who is doing his utmost to purify water and food for us, but his skills are somewhat limited, and he is, shall we say, doing his best. But for population of Clarion, he is not going to be able to maintain it for much longer. You can see the predicament that we are in, Paladin, and we ask as humble servants for your assistance in our time of need. We'll now sing hymn number 476.
You had that on your sleeve all the way through.
I like Chuckwood's scary thing when Mills talks to me like that on the phone.
Yeah, same here. I'm always glad to help out whenever somebody asks for something that's needed, no matter the cost, no matter what, I'll always try to help out.
We understand that a paladin like yourself will be helping us for the good of the people of Clarion. We have heard about your great deeds, and yet we know that some of your fellow adventurers may be requiring somewhat more than our humble thanks. And so I have got together some offerings for them in the form of coin to hopefully allow them to participate with your good self on this humble quest for us.
And I would like bow down as I think my fellow compatriots, I kind of turn to them as well for like confirmation, would agree that would be very kind if anything goes their way.
Rick says,
I say, Your Majesty, how much?
He's
you
a
offering?
mayor, he's not the king.
Yeah, but remember, we're not that intelligent.
Your Majesty, how much you gonna give me?
I see your child was born with the heart of a brave warrior, but somewhat lacks the fine art and graces of etiquette in negotiation. But his somewhat straight to the point, or shall we say bluntness, is clear to me, especially of those of little stature and intelligence. I am prepared from my own coffers here in the mayor's office, and believe me, this is not from the town's own treasury, to present to you a princely sum of 100 gold coins each, if you
Gold?
are happy
Gold.
to
Less than gold, but
fulfill
more than
this
silver.
quest. However, we will require proof that you have indeed made our waters pure again.
Would you not see that? Anyway,
Rick says to the mayor, in my past I have lost my community of dwarf, and I will do it for free. I don't want you to lose your community.
You are.
I say I'll take his. It's fine.
You are very humble, Master Dwarf. Obviously, bravery and courage and loyalty run strong in your lineage, unlike the guard at Rock Gnome next to you.
I speak up. Sorry, all this time I've had my chin resting on my chest.
You are a druid now, aren't you? Not a bear.
Yeah.
I just want you.
Yeah, I am a druid. Don't worry. And I turn to the mayor and say, "This disturbance in the balance of nature is a very severe thing, and I will do my hardest and best to sort it out for you."
You once again humble us with your willingness to help our humble community here. And indeed, there is something very strange with the balance of nature in this area.
Can I just ask, has there been any noticeable changes upstream since this dirtiness has come to your river?
Your words, Paladin, are impressive that you are thinking about this so well. Some time ago, we sent out a fearless group of heroes like yourself, promising them money to return and rid us of the curse that is actually inhabiting our water supply. Sadly, they did not return fully. However, they did, in a matter of speaking, return.
See, I was going to ask, did you pay them first?
I'm thinking that the turning down the river.
They,
In the river.
Yeah,
Or
in
on
the
it.
river.
they
Could that not be the thing?
In the middle of his story, I fell asleep.
on the first 3 days after they had left, we
3 days.
noticed one of their arms floating down the river. And sometime later, the rest of this brave group of adventurers, including one of my fellow mayor's sons, returned headless down the river.
Cool.
It must have been quite a shock for the locals.
Yeah, that's not going to help the water pollution anymore, is it? Dead bodies floating around in it.
We were somewhat dismayed, especially since they had, apparently, important information for the king in Thorndyke.
What information?
Was it about a book? I wake up suddenly.
Unfortunately, I did not inquire. They too said that they would rid us of whatever is polluting our river.
Was
But sadly, with free of charge, and yet, quite sadly, they didn't rid us of the pollution. They somewhat... Hang on, I'm not finished. This is a good line.
This is what I'm trying not to spoil it.
Just let me get to the end. Right. Sadly, they did not rid us of the pollution in the water. Rather, they somewhat added to it. See, it was worth waiting for.
Were they from Forestville?
He doesn't know. He really doesn't know.
What was the group like? Were they like us? Were they like?
They did not carry somebody, a child with them, but they was very brave and very fearless, and refused coinage, exactly like, and he scans along your.
I laugh and say, idiots.
Each of you in turn and says, like most of you have.
It's you only. I would, I would lay down, no matter what life that I have lived, to try and do this deed that you have tasked me in the name of Anisha.
Your humbleness pleases us, fair paladin.
I give him a little.
As does the courageousness of the humble dwarf and the intelligence of the druid. We are willing to forgive the rudeness and impatience of the child.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty.
Due to his somewhat low stature and intelligence.
He is much to learn in the good speakingness like myself.
I don't pretend to be a king.
You speak true words, paladin.
Suck ass.
His name is Boy Alice. Oh.
So the job is quite simple. All you need to do, the guards usher you away from the mayor's room, so to speak, and you are taken off, and they are giving you, said that one of the mayor's helpers, assistants, actually states that they will provide you with rations and water, clean water that is, from their own barrels. That was collected before the pollution actually started, and you will be provided with food and rations for somewhat a journey of a week for 7 days.
So that's 1 day for Bazooka then.
Yeah. Now, it is afterwards that the clerk to the mayor sort of like ushers you into a small room and sort of like produces a map that he lays on the table for you. And sort of like on this map, you can see the location of Clarion. And you can see that the river goes north from Clarion through almost like a shrubland. Up to a sort of like a hill. It's not a mountain. It's almost like a hillside. And the clerk sort of
is it like a Barrow Hill or something like that?
No, it's actually when the landscape changes from quite bumpy shrubland, it actually starts to rise up to hills and like step hills, and then you can probably see that beyond that it would actually become mountains. But it's not just like one hill, it's just as it sort of like starts to grow, but it's not straight into a mountain face, so to speak. He actually taps where the river actually goes into the hill. And he informs you that that is the entrance to the spring. And within there, there is a series of caverns. And in the final cavern, the river actually erupts from the ground there. And actually, that is the spring that feeds the whole river. He says that the learned people of the town have come to conclusion that either something is polluting the river between here and the mountain, or something is polluting it in the actual mountain, inside the caverns. His recommendation for you is to follow the river and lead straight up it, and to see whether or not anything is being emptied into it, or anything has died onto it, or something like that, and then to continue right the way up to the cavern and the source of the spring. He does say that his worry is that it is actually the spring itself that has become infected, and that if that is the case, then unless you guys can do something about it, maybe leave the paladin or somebody there constantly purifying water every day, then the whole river would actually be polluted, and it would actually mean the death of the town of Clarion itself.
How much gold's in the town? I'll be back later.
You do notice that as you're walking around the town, sort of like deciding what to take and what not to take, you do notice that there are 2 guards that seem to be keeping a very strong eye on Bazooka all the time now, and it's almost as if he's not that welcome in this place at the present moment in time, and you know they're not sort of like approaching him. They're keeping quite a distance away, but definitely following you wherever you go. Just they don't look like protectors, by the way. They definitely look like sturdy guards, and if anybody would like to suggest a dice roll to find out how good they are, I'm willing to hear.
I wave at the guards.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything that they could roll to sort of like get an indication of how powerful they are?
I talk to the guard. How good are you?
Well, they're not approaching. They're not approaching at all.
I actually go up to them when I can. It's like, are you joining us on our little
No,
journey?
basically they tell you quite straight out that the mayor has serious doubts about the gnomes, shall we say, motivation in this town, and is worried that he is actually up to no good. And
I'll just try to get some NPCs with us.
They've been instructed, just out of interest, they've been instructed to follow Bazooka around, and then they will leave once you've reached the edge of the actual town.
Town limits. Yeah.
I go speak with
protected.
Bazooka.
Say again, sorry.
I go next to Bazooka and I whisper to him. Maybe if the other warrior died there, maybe we found his magical sickles.
Wait, what?
Magical sickles.
Yeah.
Magical sickles?
Yeah, when we were in Forestville, the caravan said to us that they found some magic weapons.
Yeah, from the party that did, because right at the beginning, guys that didn't see it, we actually turned down a quest, and unfortunately, to In Will's great displeasement, because then he had to like gather all these things and rewrite everything during the week.
I'm sorry.
But I turned to Bazooka and promised me that while we here that you won't do anything unsavory. Really.
I'm not gonna do a thing. I'll wait till they die.
Let's try and make sure that doesn't happen, shall we? Magsicles. Great. That was awesome.
Okay, guys. Echoer says, your words are, was that a height joke? And Equa says,
Maybe.
"Can Rurik loosens the guards' belts because of it has a certain thing."
He just like that going.
He's just stood behind them trying to.
It's not using magic.
My hands are here.
Although he is better with his staff than he is with his magic at the moment, I'm just saying.
Okay, guys, can you please have a look at your character icons on the first page, please, and make sure that you can actually move them?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And can you?
Yep.
Yeah, and can you also make sure that the hit points are accurate? So as far as I'm concerned, Bazooka has 28 now, and Julius, you're 24.
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the 15?
I think you've put your armor class in there.
It's 18.
Yeah, so just stick there.
19. Yeah, I'll change it.
Your red should be your hit points, and I can actually. Oh yeah, I don't want it as a bar. That Shenik is Longshank is. Do you want to? It's really off-putting. I keep hearing myself in
I
there.
can hear yourself twice.
Yeah, where's it coming from? Shenik, are you 18?
I am.
Yeah. And Rurik, you are the major fighter of the party because apparently you have 31 hit points.
Roll a 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were meant to be a mage.
Yeah, a sorcerer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you saw last game, I didn't very well.
Could you in your green circles, guys, on your
I can't do
characters?
anything in there.
Can you just or just tell me your Bazooka? What's your armor class?
10.
No, it can't be.
Your
10.
armor class is way more than 10.
Well,
You've got
that's-
chainmail.
You've got
Yeah, that's
chainmail on.
that's what I was thinking. He's got 10 on the top. Wait. Oh. Is this? Have I not changed it from
You haven't done anything with it.
from
10
the last time?
No, I tell you when 10 was the last time you had an armor class of 10 was when you were
Leather
trapped.
armor?
No, when you were trapped in the caverns. You know, on the start of the second adventure. Yeah. Oh, no, it was actually the first adventure, at the end of the first adventure, when you had no armor at that point.
Holy fudge! No.
You're 19 yet, Longshanks. 15.
I'm 15 armor for my main guy.
Yeah.
And then the one of the two alter egos I have, I'm 11 armor class.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just. I wonder if that is your hit point actually on your character sheet for your bear.
Yeah, it is. The hit points are correct for the bear. They were. They should be 30.
Yeah, it's just saying that it's 18.
Armor.
If I click it to.
Okay.
Oh no! Hang on!
I'll change it.
No! Hang on! No! It's because it's actually picking up
Armor
you.
strength.
Oh, is it picking up me human me?
Yeah. Hang on. Let me just. There you go.
There we go. Let's come back to 30.
Is that what it comes under? The armor strength.
No, it comes under armor class.
Well, because I'm looking at chainmail and it's got the cost of it's 75 gold.
Your chainmail
The
is
armor class is 16.
Your chainmail is 16. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oops.
Big, I think the loop back is coming from yourself, as in fact, you do have headphones. You do have earphones. Sorry.
I've got both streams muted, so it shouldn't be.
It's not you.
I can hear background. I can hear music as well.
Oh, that's probably me because of the TV.
Yeah.
Big Beast, if you go through your voice changer thing, voice filter, and put up your
It's on 6.
it's on 6. Wow. You might need to put
7.2. Is that better?
It's a little bit better, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, let's bang on to 10. No, 9. 9.5. Is that good?
It's right in the background. It's very small.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's scopable now.
See what I did there?
is that good? It's on 10. You can't even hear me.
I can.
I keep cutting out,
Okay.
can't I?
No, we can hear you.
Fine.
Oh,
We can hear you
okay.
absolutely fine. Yeah.
It's just that it's not showing up on the changer.
Just remember that you are very close to the. Make sure your default is set to the voice changer as well,
Ah, yeah.
and then you might cut off. There we go.
Wait, what?
Oh no, not yet. It was just a. Because some people have actually said, now that I'm using a voice changer, my voice is sexy or DJ-esque. I know.
In Wheels of Space.
I agree with them.
So this is not constipation. Can I just say? Okay, guys.
I need to. One second. I'm listening.
Which one is it? It's the voice
Output. BB output.
Is Long coming back? Is he going or coming back?
I'm here. I can hear you.
He's around.
I can still hear you.
Please tell me you're not taking us to the toilet with you or something like that, because I really cannot cope with that.
hear me now.
I can hear you,
Yeah, fine.
Yes.
and I can't hear the music actually anymore. So, okay then, guys. You decide that probably the best course of action is to leave the next morning and get an early start up the river, so to speak. The town has provided you with your resources for a week, both rations and water, and they provide each of you with either a backpack to carry this in or a small sack that you can put that you can loop round your belt. I seem to have. I can't hear anybody at the moment. Oh yeah.
I'm not talking.
Oh, that's all right then.
Did I get my components?
Yeah, if you needed any components or anything like that, then all those are considered to be got, and
awesome.
you've got all those ready for the adventure. And like I said, you probably got about 1 or 2 gold pieces with you out of your hoards of money. Because the rest will be in the coffers, and really and truly, you're not expecting to buy anything on the way up on this adventure. So you're not sort of like thinking, I'll keep them all just in case that there's a traveling salesman up the road or anything like that. You do know that the journey there and back again is going to take you roughly a week to complete, and within the resources that the mayor has provided for you, he has provided some small shelters that you can erect as to sleep under, and a tinderbox and flint, and he says there'll be plenty of wood in the shrubland as you actually sort of like make your way to along the river. Now, just to give you an idea of the sort of like the terrain that you are going around, it looks a bit like this. Does that make sense?
It's Cyprus.
Yeah. So it's quite there is cover, and it's quite long grass, and you can't see. It's not like open plains land. You can't see for as far as the eye can see, so there is cover for you. It does look quite dry, that you notice, Ashenik, so that might sort of like it indicate that it might actually be able to be set on fire quite nicely. And but you can also see that there's also probably plenty of kindling out there as well to start a small fire, as long as it's
at least we'll be warm.
Yeah.
if he does start to fling magic to the floor as usual.
That is totally correct. You
I have
probably
new spells now. It's fine.
you probably would create a fire pit, a pit with stones round it, and then set your fire in the middle on the night. And there's plenty of dried ingredients and dried meat, etc., etc. And if anybody actually has a survival skill, then you are welcome to actually roll it if you would like to provide yourself with your own food.
Awesome. Do you want to roll now?
Yeah. So Julius has gone off with his 12, and he goes out and he kills a couple of butterflies and comes back.
I caught meat, guys.
So excited. He actually comes back. Bazooka comes back. Bazooka comes back, and he seems to have a mouse tail dripping from his mouth that is still sort of like twitching a bit, and goes, nice. So Julius comes back with a squirrel that he caught, and sort of like says to Ashenik, you never know, you might be able to turn into one of these one day. and that's it. So you eat quite well on the first night, and the next day you trudge through it, and you're looking at the river, and you do see that there's definitely a gradient of pollution going here. And since you left the town, as you're moving up, it's still flowing at the present moment in time, but it's becoming more and more viscous, and more it's becoming almost like syrup. And it's getting thicker, and there's more blanket weed in there. And you also see at the edge of it some animals who are almost like died with their heads in the actual water. And the water is sort of like been absorbed into their face. And so their eyes are sort of like bulging, and their skin is bloated. And it almost like looks... if you have a nature roll.
Rolling.
Don't you dare roll that! This is the only thing I can do.
Pretty much.
Ashenik sort of like says that it looks like the animals have come to the river to drink, and then actually drank the water here. And while in the village, it seems to be quite... they can boil the water to remove the poison, for want of a better word. Here, it almost appears to be more lethal to the animals.
I kind of want to do a little test with the water.
And now I want to buy a break. Don't I? Whoever's poor. You want to do a test?
There's one thing that got brought up in my channel. Rurik and Ashenik don't have names under their tokens. It's just that people want to see it, so people can know who.
I can't see anyone else.
No, on their tokens on
Roll20.
I have a thing under mine. According to mine.
According
to my Roll20.
I don't have one for flat.
I can't say. I can see mine in bazookas, but
no, but that must be. I know. See, on my stream, you can see everybody's.
So it's a setting on my side then.
Yeah.
Effectively. Okay. I will look how to fix it while you go for a bio break.
Hang on a minute. No. I'll see.
So you have the answer.
Oh, Julius has appeared on mine.
Oh, yeah, Ashenik.
And Rurik has now as well.
No, it's okay for me.
Big Beast, you might want to change your noise gate. Yeah.
Can you check to see whether or not they can see the bars now as well?
I can see 2 bars, but I can see everyone's names now, which is great.
Is that any better?
I can see the bars on Bazooka, myself, and my main alter ego.
I can see the bars on all 5 of them.
And can you see can everybody else see the bars now? Or?
Oh, no, sorry. I can't see the bars. I can just see the names. My bad.
I can see everyone's names, only my bar.
Yeah,
I've got
that's
3
right.
bars to 2.
Yeah.
I can't see no bars at all.
The rain has gone.
Excellent. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you, Flats chat.
Oh, so it doesn't matter about me. I can't see any bars. Just in case you didn't hear me.
It says that you can actually.
I can just see names, no bars.
You should only be able to see your bar, I think.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I can see
Okay.
my bar now. Yeah.
And you should be able to see, Ashenik, you should be able to. Can you see your brown bear?
I can see my brown bear. He's got
I
his
can
bar
see
in his name.
Yeah.
Well, he's got brown bear.
Yeah, but can
Yeah,
you
I
see
just
his
see brown
bar
bear.
as well?
Yeah, his bar's there.
Yeah, because you
I can't see anyone else's bar.
No, because you, and that's because
Yeah,
Ashenik,
you
you
don't
control.
know.
You control. Okay, let's just make.
I can see your brown bear.
It actually it actually does say that if bar 1 can be seen, it's I see. Hang a minute.
Giggity.
Right, you should now start to see everybody's bar.
I need to shrink
But,
them up a bit.
Bazooka's one is a little small.
It needs to be a little bit taller.
Hey!
Can you now see everybody's name and bar?
I
Yes.
can confirm
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Personally, I think it'd be better if you can't see everyone's bar.
I can't.
The fact that you wouldn't know how, if I look at, say, Julius is like down
Yeah,
to like
yeah.
really low.
I do agree with you. It depends how it can, if the software can do it.
The software can allow you to see bars. I think if you think about it logically, you would be able to recognize if somebody's close to death. You know, that they have blood pouring from the side of them, so to speak. So I think it's an attempt to try to replicate real life, so you can actually see who's not well. I can turn it all off from all of you if you wish. You know,
I'm not sure
I
if
like the
that
bars.
applies.
I like them.
yeah.
Yeah, I do.
And it brings that extra bit to Flat and your streams in Wills, because the guys in chat can see.
Yeah, well, I see them all the time, but I control whether or not you guys see them. So I can turn them off for every single one of you, but that would mean, Flat, that your stream would not see the bars, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. Okay then.
Kakashi says, "Get your bear out."
Not sure if it applies, but we could roll medicine to see if we know how low HP someone is.
If you know what, sorry. Oh, I just got deafened then. Sorry.
You could roll medicine to know
Yeah.
how low someone is.
I think medicine to me would be more to do with herbal or remedies or something like that, rather to say, or to find out whether or not they've got a broken arm, which unfortunately D&D doesn't really sort of like do, unfortunately. But I think it would be really fun. The Rollmaster used to actually tell you where your hit was and what the actual how dangerous it was. So you would actually you have hit hit in the top arm and broken it, so to speak. Okay, guys, let's move on before it's time to stop. So I'm going to move you to. I now just need to move you again because I've changed a whole lot of things. I'm going to move you to a new map. Okay, and what I would like you to do is not scroll around with the map. You shouldn't be able to, but just in case you can, because I'm taking you into the shrubland, and I just want to put you in an area and then tell you what's going to happen. Yeah.
Kakashi says, "Little did they know, Queen Victoria's industrial Britain has started upstream from the village."
Yeah. So you should be able to see that now.
Yes.
Yeah. Excellent. So.
Oh God, it's green. It's green.
So-
It's bad for my Chrome.
As you can see, you are actually walking through the shrubland. Please remember that the grass is quite long, but it's not. If you actually lay down in it, then you would be covered. However, walking in it's not a problem. It's not difficult terrain or anything like that. So and it's while you're coming to the end, you're sort of like walking through this part, and dusk is started to fall, and the river, just so you know, it's running. Can you see where I'm pinging?
Yeah.
It's running just slightly off the map at the present moment in time to your right, and you've decided quite wisely not to camp at the river, but to camp slightly away from it. And as dusk settles down and you're sort of like tromping through, it's about when you get to this point that you actually hear ahead, almost like a very faint whimpering noise coming from directly ahead of you, so to speak.
I go investigate.
And so do I. I'll go left. You must now go and fetch me some shrubbery.
Okay, so as Rurik and Jolie sort of like tramp their way through the long grass, etc., you can see where Rurik is, and he's actually.
We hear something like, "Don't go into the long grass."
Now you actually see that through the trees there. You can actually see that there is a camp already there. The embers of the fire are quite low, and there seems to be sort of like 4 tents that you can see there. And so you can see sort of like the 4 tents, and you can also see when you get to this part here that there is quite a large creature.
Hello. How are you?
He's actually. Is that your character or you?
That's me.
Oh, right. Okay then.
My character.
So what's actually happening is that this guy here is he's quite big. He stands roughly about just short of 5 foot, and he's crouched down. He's actually sort of like hunched over something. You can see. Hang on, let me describe everything, and then you can ask. You can see that just here.
I can't. I got to. Okay. Yeah, another one. Hit my hand. Microphone. Ouch.
Here you can see what's the cause of the whimpering is, which seems to be a man who is tied up. His hands are tied like that, and his feet are tied, and he's sort of like almost like in the fetal position, and he's moaning and whimpering and saying things. You can hear him saying, Rurik, from where you are, saying things like, "Please, no." And this thing that has its back to you is really interesting, because he seems to be eating something, and he seems to be crunching on something, and you can physically hear the crunching of bones, etc. And every now and again, you notice that he finishes eating something and throws it over here, and it's sort of like a boot or half a leg chewed off at the knee, and you can just see that over here there seems to be a pile of what can only be described as the offcuts of some kind of humans.
Back to the wishbone.
in a pile, so to speak.
That'd be called the
humorous.
Do we need to roll initiative? Or?
Well, I kind of like go up to Rurik. I whisper into his ear, I'll go left to the whimpering man. You go right while I distract. And I mention like to the other two is like you go with Rurik.
Okay. I'm going to move up to stand just next to Rurik. Can I see if the thing that is eating is wearing armor, or if he's got weapons handy or anything like that?
Yeah, he actually has he seems to be wearing some kind of armor. It seems to be very it almost like seems to be leather in description, but you're not too sure. And yes, he does have in his other hand sort of like, so he's chewing on a bone with this hand, and on this hand he has a huge, and it can only be described as huge, double-headed battle axe.
Tell everyone quietly, the action phrase is cheesecake.
Just had cheesecake and you got me hungry.
Yeah, and then I hopefully stealthily move off to the left.
Well, I think, what kind of armor are you wearing?
Chainmail.
Chainmail. So you won't.
Yeah,
be,
I'm not a stealthy guy.
No. Okay, so what I need to know is
Got that stealth spell.
what is your plan of action?
My plan of action is to cut left, try and get to pretty much take the eye of this guy who's munching away at his big leg feast, and while everyone goes right.
Okay.
And then
So if you ping where you want to be,
effectively here.
Oh, that far.
Yeah, hopefully that far. We'll see if we can get that far.
And where's the rest of you planning on being?
I'm planning to go
Sort of here.
Right.
Not in the tree, but under the tree and behind the tent, so you can't see me.
Right. So let me get this right. I'll ping the map at various places. So Flat, you're planning on getting your paladin to here.
Yeah, it's kind of like next to or behind this rock.
Okay,
I know it's probably like a sit down rock. It's not going to hide me, but around there, if I can make it. Oh, 10, sorry. If I can make it.
Okay then. And once you're there, what's your plan of action?
And then distract.
Distract.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at me, I'm a decoy.
So
trick or treat and run away.
So the rest of you.
Run away? No.
The rest of you know where you're going, don't you? From where you're stood at the present moment in time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then. So let's do this quite simply. So you are going to move. Say for example, you're actually going to move 25 feet. To there as you start to creep past. Okay, so everybody else at this point, if everybody else moves their 25 feet, can you see what I mean? And please remember, if you're going, for example, if is that bazooka, you're going through a
shrubbery.
Yeah.
A shrubbery.
Oh, I thought that was a tree. Okay.
There are no trees around here. And this is where there are 20 other orcs and whatnot over the other side. And
I've got about that far.
Okay, I'm just waiting.
Maybe.
Cool. Okay then. So it's about here that you sort of like creeping past. And this is when the beast stood by the campfire suddenly notices you and immediately turns round, dropping his bone and hefting his axe in a almost like threatening manner, so to speak. Let's have some initiative, shall we, guys?
Hello. Can I interest you in a little bit of cheesecake? Bum, 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 bum. Oh my god, I hate this laptop. It has such a small resolution. It's a trap!
There is seriously something.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is when it sort of like. I'm missing some. Who am I missing?
I did roll. I clicked and rolled, but yeah, I know what I did wrong. Hold on.
Hang on. No, I can just. I
got an 8, but I know what I did wrong. Trying to get back into the swing of things.
There we go. You're on. Don't worry. Okay, then. So it's at this point, therefore, that people notice that things are bursting into action, and so we're into initiative now. So, Ashenik, you are up first.
No flame, no flame, no flame.
No flame, no flame. No, and I can move my full distance now.
Yeah, we're in combat round now. So yeah.
Cool. I need to measure it out then.
I nearly got that.
I'm going to move there. So that's about here.
Yeah.
And make ready to defend myself from any flying objects or if he comes charging at me with his massive axe.
Cool. Yeah. Brilliant.
And I will defend myself with lethal force.
Oh, not that one. Okay. So, who's next? Rurik, you're up.
I will guess which Bolton.
Go for it.
Anyone hit?
Yeah, 21 hits.
You receive 4 lightning damage.
Cool. So from Rurik, all of a sudden, his lightning springs from his hand and shoots towards the huge beast that now is almost like nearly 7 foot tall and probably exactly the same wide as well. You do notice, by the way, that he's now grabs his battle axe with 2 hands, so to speak. Rurik, you'll know what that probably means because you're used to having 1 hand and 2 hands. Excellent. Right. You're up, Julius. What would you like to do?
Pretty much charge. Charge! With my obviously weapons out, I would shield up. I would like to go up to him. Obviously, I'm within range.
Yeah.
I would like to, whack him one.
Yeah, cool. Off you go.
Seven.
So, obviously, as you go through the grass, you're slightly off and you wield your longsword towards him. And just at the last minute, he just like leans back slightly and you just take off one of his chest hairs as you sweep round him. Okay, and now it is me. It is me. 15. Will miss you, won't it?
He's just into his stream.
Okay, we'll wait.
Sorry.
You've been hit.
I've been hit. Oh.
Or you've been attacked.
No, we're waiting to see whether or not
15. No, it doesn't.
Right. Do you if you're busy chatting to your stream do you just want me to go through it because I can see your armor class, etc.
Yeah, if that happens.
Okay, yeah, cool. I'll display it. That's all right. Right, so the huge beast sort of like takes a swing of his axe with two hands and sort of like whacks it in, but the paladin manages to put up his shield and sort of like catch it on that arm, and you actually see him stagger somewhat as this huge force comes onto his left side, but you notice that his legs are very firmly put into a stance, so that he doesn't actually move at all from the huge impact of the blow. Okay, Bazooka, you're up next.
I'm just going to move up. I think it said. Yeah. So.
I don't know if you're. I'm just hearing you fade in and out.
Yeah, some of your. What are you set on at the moment for your thing?
6.
6. Yeah, this is where we're continuously testing.
Yeah, I've just moved it to 6.
Okay. From 8.
Hopefully that's best. What?
Better,
What were you-
much better.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So that's that's actually the end of that combat round. So let's go on to round number 2.
Oh, double figures.
Are we all in? Excellent. Nice one. Okay, so Rurik, you're up first.
I will draw my
Do you know
hammer.
the only bad thing about having a banana is that once you've eaten it, you've got the skin and everything lying around for.
What do you do with it?
Yeah.
It's something lying around for you to slip on.
Yeah. Say again, sorry, Rurik.
I will draw my hammer and I will continue my spell.
Yeah, go for it.
Hammer. I think.
That's
Sorry,
another four points of damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay then. My turn. So this is coming at Julius.
Okay.
So that's
No.
That misses as he swings his battle axe. The paladin just manages to duck out the way as it comes whirling over his head, so to speak. And Julius, you're up. I can roll it. So the 21 will hit. The 21 hits. I presume he's fighting.
Sorry. Yeah.
I rolled you down. I'm just rolling your damage.
Yeah. Done it.
Do you want me to play it?
No, I'm good. I rolled it. So I was explaining is like what the reason behind my character. Sorry, I do apologize. I do very much apologize. I'll be good.
Why is it saying
11 plus 1.
yeah?
1d8.
Yeah, I
it
can.
says that one plus 3.
And then it's
Which
saying plus 1 next to it. There's 1d8 plus 3, and then it's saying plus 1 next to it.
Yeah, and that was me clicking on the longsword on the in the chat bar as you taught us. Strange.
So why is it put in?
Yeah. It's weird.
Is it tortoise?
Yeah, a few ago he said, right, if you just
Oh, hang on, right.
do it this way, then it's quicker.
Attack.
Oh yeah, damage 1d8 plus strength.
Yeah, well, that's what it should be, but I don't understand why it's adding plus 1 after it. So it's 11.
You have like a magical modifier or something like that.
Yeah. It should be plus 3.
The damage 11 is right. I'm trying to figure out what, because it's 1d8, so plus 3, which is your strength. So you rolled an 8 plus 3, which makes 11.
Yeah.
But what I couldn't understand is that why.
One.
Oh,
Wait, the plus.
Are you rolling 2 dice by mistake?
yeah, no,
Like
it's,
a second one.
yeah, it's because his second roll, if he had an advantage, it would be a crit. Can you see it's a crit? So that would be the that's what it's doing.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Okay then. So that's 11 points. Yeah.
Cool. I need not to get distracted by my own scream. Sorry.
Excellent. Okay then. So you swing it quite nicely, and it sort of like carves quite a nice dent into the side of this creature. But you sort of like whack it in, it hacks in, and you pull it towards you, twisting the sword slightly just to make positive. You give the best damage as you pull it out. The beast screams somewhat, but seems still absolutely standing. There is quite a lot of blood starting to pour from his side. You probably hit quite a nice artery or something there. Okay, Ashenik, you're up.
Cool beans. I'm going to move here and say, just in case he attacks me, I'm going to defend myself. But I'm sure he's too busy fighting.
He's certainly, he's quite happy there. Yeah.
But I'm saying it just in case.
Yep.
Anything
Okay,
happens.
Bazooka.
Okay. Right, so I'm going to move up hither. And I'm going to pull my sickles out at this point.
Excellent.
How
Okay.
rude.
Excellent. Okay, guys. That's the end of that combat round. So on to the next combat round.
Yeah, back to normal.
Back to normal.
Oh dear. you and me both.
I got a 20.
Nah.
Not a nat. Not a nat.
I just stopped myself just as I was saying.
Rather 20 there
16
than on the
plus 4.
hit. Or the damage. No, I mean-
Excellent. So, okay, this is my attack coming in at you, Julius. So,
Aye.
normal. Well, oh,
That does hit me.
it certainly does hit you, and I'm wielding it two-handed.
Thank God it's not a natural. $15 plus 5.
That was funny. I'll tell you what. I'll just roll it, but then I'll tell you what I did. That's he whacks into you with all its strength, and you actually take 20 hit points of damage
Holy fudge nuggets.
as it whacks into you.
That's going to leave a mark.
Did you? Are you adjusting it?
I am. It's in me, in my soul.
I'll adjust it for you.
No, I've got
There you go.
Oh, the bar
I've
is
got-
so low.
I've got it.
Okay.
I'm down to 4 hit points.
Ashenik, you're up.
Cool. I'm going to draw with one hand. So one hand, I'm going to change my staff from two-handed to one hand and draw my
Scimitar.
my orcish scimitar, and then I'm going to move over to this guy, ready to cut him free next time.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's my actions done.
Yep. Okay. Bazooka, you're up.
Okay. So I'm gonna charge him. Here. And I'm taking swings.
Cool. Go for it.
Right hand. Okay, that was left hand.
Miss. Yeah.
You can't tell if you left me or right. It's all right.
And the right hand.
The right hand hits.
Okay. 5. 5.
5 points of damage. Oops, hang on. I did that round the wrong way, so +5. Oops. Excellent. Yeah. Okay then. And Rurik, you're up.
I will throw my hammer to the other.
Second.
What?
You're throwing a hammer.
Yeah.
You'll be at disadvantage re-roll, therefore, because you're firing into combat. Go for it.
I duck.
No, I think that's 22.
That's not 20.
No,
That's a nat 20.
Yeah,
No,
there's
he's
already
at-
disadvantage.
it's at disadvantage though because he's throwing it into. So it's a 22,
Oh, 22,
which is
yeah.
not a natural. That will hit.
What the fuck?
Holy fudge nuggets.
Yeah, I need to roll it.
No, it does.
I look at him shocked as to say,
Oh, wow.
you hit him.
Syntax error.
Ooh.
Oh, what?
It means it didn't match to what the computer was expecting
Yeah.
it to.
Is that 5 points? Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I will sustain my spell. So it takes another 5 lightning.
Yeah. Cool. And Julius, off you go.
Right. I'm actually going to try and do things. So, longsword. In fact, before I do the longsword, can I do what's it?
If you're laying on hands, it'll have to be. It would be your action that it would take you. You can't lay on
Yeah.
hands and attack.
Faith. I'm going to do faith. Hold on. Is faith of shield? Yes, I'm going to do faith of shield on myself as a bonus action, and then I'm going to whack him one.
Okay, so yeah, so that will. Who's the creature of your choice?
Myself. Yeah. Effectively.
Okay, so you notice that the paladin quickly reaches inside his belt and pulls out a small bit of paper that has some kind of writing on it, with still holding his long sword, and says some strange words, and the parchment sort of like bursts into flame, so to speak. Right, go for it.
10.
And that misses. That misses.
Of course it does.
Excellent. Okay then, and that's the round finished. Excellent. So
Very steam.
Oh god. Yeah, that's
Sorry.
it.
Okay.
I'm missing. Yeah, brilliant.
Sorry about
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
I had Steam pop up suddenly jumping at me, so I was just dismissing them.
I'm just waiting for Paladin.
Ooh, look at me sneaking in with a 17.
Yeah.
Okay, Shanik. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'm going to cut this guy free. Has he got a weapon? Can I see if he's got a weapon or if there's anything near him?
No.
If not, I'll cut him free. Anyway,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can't do anything else this time.
You sort of like cut him free. He's looking at what's happening, and sure as he's actually free, he turns
He's going to bolt.
and runs as fast as he possibly can. Okay.
Get a stick of lightning up his ass.
This huge beast suddenly has felt a sickle whack into his upper thigh.
Good.
And so he turns round with one arm. he takes. So he's got his battle axe in one hand like this that he's been wielding two hand. He releases it, so he's still wielding it, but just one handed now. Turns around and just swipes at the gnome to one side of him. But actually, the gnome's so small, he misjudges it altogether and just swings straight away over his
He thought
head.
I was bigger than what it was.
Yeah. And Bazooka, it's your turn to go.
Okay, so I'm gonna take.
You can Bazooka. Since I crit rolled, you can take the advantage on one of your rolls. So that one would hit. So the next roll, if you can have the advantage. So can you see that one would hit on 23? So roll your second attack.
Do I not get 3 attacks now?
No, that's when. So you will actually, because of his critical, you would actually get that. You can have the advantage of that 25. So just press now on your sickle. You get that at 7th, I think it is, or 15th.
So the first sickle, you said they both hit, yeah?
Yeah, they both hit. Yeah. So that one that's your critical hit. You see, because it's 7 and 5 together, so that's 12. So hit your first one now.
That was okay.
That'll be
that's your critical one.
Yeah, that's the critical hit one.
Yeah,
that one.
So that'd be 14.
9 plus 5.
14 plus the 7, because you always do your because that would have been a 23, because you always do the first roll in any case. So that's 7. So that would be 21 points of damage.
Nice.
Which you bring your sickles across and you actually slice through his hamstring as it goes, and you actually feel the curved edges of the blade go right into his patella and just on his femur, and slowly serrate round them and come out the other side, bringing out a lot of muscle and tendon and a couple of arteries and veins, etc. And the beast just sort of like staggers for a while and then slowly falls to the ground.
Oh!
Goes onto his kill list.
Yeah.
Big B, don't forget to put an annotation on that kill strike saying half ogre.
Half what?
So he's a half ogre. It says so.
Does that count? Does that count for 2 kills?
No, that still only counts as 1. I've noticed a pattern here that every time that we loosen the jar, he comes in at the end. So, yeah,
you hit him one time. Come on.
It was quite a nice hit. You know what I mean? Wow.
I did the job. What can I say? I'm starting to love this character.
We know your game.
I hit him 4 times, I think.
It doesn't matter. You're not there.
He was.
Look at him. He's back here. Yeah. I'm up close and personal. That don't count.
He did say my hit points. Unfortunately, I used my.
Okay,
thing.
whatever. I got the death kill. All right.
In Will,
Yeah.
can I still see the chap who was tied up, or has he completely scarpered?
He's heading far
He's gone.
off into the shrublands now.
That's right.
Shrubberies.
I was just checking to see if he was still within like shouting distance, so I could get him back and try and find
Right
out who he is and
over
stuff.
me.
But that's fine if he's gone.
What do you wish to do, guys?
There's 2 choices. We can follow the river like we were doing, or follow
Well, hang on. I
It's
think
night.
I think maybe some healing. I was thinking more healing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that will work.
I was doing the overall plan, which is the skeleton of the thing. Then I'm going to put some meat on that plan and actually.
I will start my spell before someone electric their son. Yes. So.
Okay. I'm going to use a healing potion.
Oh, you're self-healing. That's fine. I'll save my spells for later.
Well, it depends how much this healing potion gives me.
I am bio-breaking.
Yeah, well, yeah. We okay, guys. Just take a moment there to. We'll take a. Is this a healing potion that I gave you?
Yes.
Yeah. So that automatically takes you back up to full hit points, no matter what, doesn't it?
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Oh, that's fine.
Sweet.
I can save my magic for later.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And I'll take that off my sheet.
That ended too early, and I'm guessing there's horribly more to come.
Okay, guys. Take a brief bio break, and we will be back shortly.
Roger. Well, so next time if I do that, get a critical hit.
Yeah.
Should I roll the critical hit one first then?
It doesn't matter because
Okay.
both hits actually hit. So
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is if that happens again, roll the critical one first.
yeah,
The computer does it for you. If it's your second sickle on your critical hit, it will roll the second one as your critical.
Oh, okay, because I clicked on the first sickle first and then the second one. I
Remember,
didn't realize it did it for.
remember now that you quit at 19.
What? I didn't get aware of that.
Remembering that you are critical hitting at 19.
Yeah.
So if the computer doesn't register it, remember it in the back of your head.
So really, that would have been 2 critical hits then.
No.
Because it will
Because only
says
one-
I can get the advantage on 1 critical hit. Or one.
On one die, if you.
But I got a critical hit anyway.
So, in Wheels,
Yeah.
I have a request from Kakashi of joining the game. I have mentioned it to him to speak to you directly and everything like that. And if you do a dialogue offline, then that is absolutely up to you and Kakashi. It's Kakashi with 6 sixes. 666. Yeah.
6 sixes. 6 sixes.
okay, guys,
It's
are
been on your screen
you
before,
are you
me.
ready? Are you ready to progress? Are you all back?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Excellent. So you decided it's probably best to sort of like spend the night at this campsite. So the first thing you do quite sensibly is sort of like peruse around the tents to see what is actually there, so to speak. It looks like there was probably a gang of about 4 to 6 humans here. They seem to be clad out in what you can see as sort of like basic sort of like leather armor and swords, so to speak. There are a few locked coffers in the actual tents that seem to be quite badly beaten, so to speak, and the fires and the embers obviously have been out for some time, and you sort of like just think that this creature actually came sort of like probably the night before last and has been slowly chomping its way through the camp members up until this time, so to speak.
It looks like Bazooka, this guy seems to have an appetite like your own.
I don't hate human.
While we're resting, I bury the bones of the deceased and do a prayer over the small mass grave, as it were.
How big is the ear of the half ogre?
How big's the what, Si?
The ear.
The ear?
Yeah.
How big was the ogre? Half ogre.
Well,
He's 7 foot.
yeah.
I was listening.
7 foot.
Yeah. I was just translating.
Because the mayor wants us to have evidence of what we did here.
I'm guessing this ain't.
I don't think
He's angling for extra.
I think the cause of it.
I think even the gnome with his low intelligence, the gnome's probably right. This is probably not the cause of the actual pollution in the river.
I'd loved it to been.
And considering Bazooka's intelligence is better than mine. Yeah, even I come to the conclusion of that.
Cool. Okay, what do you want to do with these coffers?
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we leave them here and see if we can bring them back, or should we take them with us? What?
If we can
Bury them or something?
it depends if we can open them now, or if we can't do that, then grab them on the way back.
Yeah.
Because because this guy, the survivors run off.
The others are dead.
The others
They're
are
free
dead
game.
as much as we can. If the guy had stayed here, then it would be his property, and I would have defended that fact. Unless we bump into him later, then and he can prove it
He's
that
gone.
it was him. Well, he went. Yeah, he went west. We're going north.
I didn't
Depends on
get
who
a good
bumped
look
into
at him. Anyone could say, "Oh, they're mine." You know.
Well, yeah, exactly. If they can be proven.
Finders keepers.
Yep.
So the main question is, can we open them now?
You can you could probably bash them open if you don't. Does anybody have a lockpick skill or anything like that?
I see
what is
something about that.
What does lockpick come underneath?
Well, I'm quite.
Dexterity, doesn't it?
Well, no,
like
it's
straight skill.
That was probably Shadowrun, actually. Hold on.
it would probably default to something.
Yeah,
You see your
sleight of hand or something like that. And
Yeah.
You
yeah,
see
one
your
of them.
charisma or stuff like that. There's a below passive wisdom perception. There's tools.
Yeah.
If you-
Oh, yeah,
if they're-
that would be.
Kakashi,
That would be where your lock picking bit is.
And wisdom?
Say again,
I'm
sorry.
just gonna. Sorry.
Saying wisdom.
No, it's a bit like I think Flat's old character had it. You actually had artisan tools, did you not?
yeah, she had
thievery.
actual tools to do it.
Yeah.
And then you get proficiency that word into those tools.
Yeah.
to
Yeah, or you can just sort of like bash it open if you so desire.
I'm gonna stick mine in my backpack and just call it a day for mine.
It's
I'll
not
sort that
going.
later.
They're not that.
Oh, they're big slot boxes. Sorry.
They're sort of like
I
this.
thought they were small.
Yeah.
think about a small
Like
chest.
the ones we've got in the caravan.
Okay.
Um,
In that case,
while they do that, I'm going to bury the dead and do a prayer.
whilst
yeah,
that's happening, I'm gonna stroll over, pick up the giant axe, and just chop my box open.
Maybe we can bury them, then come back later. Because we
Well,
need to come back here anyway.
No, I'm going to bury them now.
Okay, right. Hang on.
Let's
Let's
talk about the boxes, not the dead.
Okay, let's do this one bit at a time. So, Julius, you're taking up the remnants of the bodies. There's no sort of like spade or anything around here, so you probably have to just sort of like probably use the axe or something like that, just to sort of like do a shallow grave. You probably think that rather than burying them, what you would probably think is a much better thing to do is actually cremate them. And actually, rather than burying them, actually cremate them, which seems a much fitting sort of like end to them, rather than burying them into the ground at this sort of like location. Ashenik uses the axe and he sort of like holds it up near the door and bashes this small coffer repeatedly, getting more and more eager to see what's inside. And it opens up and it seems to be a whole load of like copper pieces, a few silver pieces, a few items of poorly made jewelry, sort of like a copper wristband, almost like a wrought iron necklace and things like that in the one that you've got, so to speak.
Okay, I'm just going to push all of that into my backpack then. Just
Okay.
use-
I ask Ashenik. Not Ashenik. Yeah, Ashenik. You mind?
I say, not at all. Pass over the axe. Can you hold it?
I don't know.
It's like
axe.
10 times the size of you.
I like that.
Or would you like me to do it for you?
If
No,
you please.
he's placed the box just enough so as he grabs the axe, it takes him over
The wrong way.
onto the box.
So,
so-
is the plan to pass round the battle axe until you've all opened the coffers? Is that what you're all doing?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, then. So you all pass around the battle axe and break open the coffers, and yeah, in every single one of them there seems to be similar sort of things: gold, copper pieces, silver pieces, a few items of jewelry, very sort of like basic stuff. Nothing of great value or something like that. You know, it's nothing that you would expect to find in a treasure hoard or that, so to speak. So what do you wish to do with all this this coins and this jewelry then?
I'm just whatever's in the box I had. I'm just gonna stuff it in my pouch.
In your backpacks, is that the plan?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you probably think there's about on each one there's about 55 copper pieces, about 3 silver pieces, and about 2 to 3 items of jewelry. You, just out of interest, you don't think that these people would be carrying these coffers around, if that makes sense. I mean, these guys, or what's left of these people, definitely don't seem to be the sort of people who would wear rings and necklaces and things like that. But you sort of like stuff them. You also like greedily stuff them into your backpacks and sort of like do them up. So who's actually got? Ashenik's got them. Bazooka's got them. Rurik's got them. What about you, Julius?
I'm more preoccupied with burying the dead or cremating the dead than jewellery and stuff like that.
Cool. Okay then. So anything else you want to do before I move time forward?
I'll stand first watch just in case there's another one of those ogre things prowling or anything like it.
I'll stand second watch and be more interested in where the north and the west, because that's one where we're heading, and two where the lad ran off to effectively.
So is there a box still sealed?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, because
So I'm gonna say to Jules, are you wanting this?
You can if you want.
For cats.
No, you have to carry it.
The thing we just killed, let's make a lot of like big footprints. Can I see where it come from, or like from which direction?
Oh yeah. Roll your survival skill, which is where tracking comes from. Oh, you're not. Are you not actually proficient in?
No.
Oh no.
I was.
Yeah. So you sort of like there's loads of long grass here around here, and it's not sort of like the general air, the really good foot tracks, but you think it probably came from the direction that this direction that the guy ran in.
Okay, so where he ran out, it came in effectively.
Yeah, that's what Rurik thinks.
Mm-hmm.
Can I double check this?
Yeah, but
I'm going to do this on when I'm doing my shift as well.
It doesn't matter. I think he just flew in.
Yeah.
Do you just all want to just roll it, because you're just going to all go through and say, I'm going to roll it, I'm going to roll it, I'm going to roll it, I'm going to roll it. So you might as well just get it over and done with now.
Not only did he just fly in, he just appeared.
And you all think they came from this. It came from this. It came from this direction. Okay, anything else you want to do before I move time forward?
Nope, I'm all right.
Nope.
Excellent. Okay, then. So you spend the night here, and nothing appears throughout your watches. Nothing sort of like comes or goes or anything like that. And you use the rest of your rations up, and then you head forward, following the course of the river. And it's about another 2 days up the river until you actually reach what can only be seen as the start of the foothills, and the entrance to the actual what appears to be some kind of underground entrance to hang on, I just need to get rid of him because he's being captured, isn't it? It seems to be some kind of entrance. Can I just say that if you are actually watching my stream now, I've actually got cloud of fog on. So if you're a player watching my stream, you'll be able to see everything that's going on because I'm sort of like the DM, so to speak, so I can see below it, if that makes sense. But
A fog of war does
Yeah.
not cloud your vision.
But if and if you want to do that, then that's fine. But you'll just see the whole map. But when I move you across, hopefully you'll be able to just see part of
Wow.
something.
Yeah, I can just see like a little stream.
Yeah. Okay then.
Yeah.
So the blue line is the width of the river now. So as you can see, it's become smaller and smaller and smaller as you've sort of like gone up to the foothills. And as you've gone up to the foothills, of course, it's got narrower and narrower, and it's also become thicker and more viscous, and it's hardly flowing at all now, and it's quite thick with weeds, and there seems to be nothing living in it. And if anything, now and again there seems to be this slight blop of air that's coming to the top, and it's almost like it actually smells like marsh gas, and you luckily it's not the methane, the sort of marsh gas. You think it's probably something like hydrogen sulfide, which is actually like that bad egg smell, and so it's definitely something rotten and sort of like not pleasant at all. You can see that it goes into the sort of like the hillside, and how it's been cut out is quite rough. It doesn't appear to be man-made, for want of a better word. It seems to be quite natural, and it's probably been made quite a way in the past. It's definitely old. It's definitely been chiseled away or sort of like dug out of the surrounding soil, but it's quite stable. It's not propped up or anything, so it's not sort of like a you think it's more of a natural thing rather than a man-made sort of like entrance. You notice that
With my low intelligence, I turn around and go, who's shot
It
you?"
wasn't me.
so just to let you know, just here, and you can actually see this, the river seems to almost like go through an arch in the stonework. So sort of like if I just draw on this here, to you looks like almost like a solid wall, if that makes sense, and the water's sort of like running underneath it and sort of like
It's like
disappears.
dug through.
Yeah, so it's
Hold your breath.
so you can't actually get into the water and go that, because it's not that actual deep at the present moment in time. But you can't follow it. You're going to have to go either this way or this way, so to speak. You can't
Which
actually.
side of the river are we on?
Yeah, left's all right. We are coming up to it.
It doesn't matter, because if you actually look how big you are, you can literally step
Jump over
over.
it.
You
Okay.
can literally step over it. The other thing that you will notice, however, is that it will be very difficult. That that is only 6 foot or 7 foot across. So you will have to go single file down here, and as you enter into the caverns beyond.
Being the brass balls man that I am, of course I'm first.
Are we going through this?
Well,
You can't go through it.
We can't
You're
go
gonna go
back.
left or right.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
we've come to a decision point. Left
Well,
or right?
well, depending on what side I'm on. I'm on, say, this side. I'll be going left.
Okay.
That river, guys. I mean, you can literally step over it. So I wouldn't let that make your decision, so to speak.
You could even stand in it.
Yeah,
It's
you
probably
could,
so
yeah.
shallow.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't want to be standing in that.
It's a hoax.
It's spooky. No, thank you.
Each of them's got mushrooms growing out the back of their heads.
I might go another foot. The mushroom's bad enough. I don't want another foot.
So let's we have a decision here to make a lift.
Do you want to
Alright.
guard the back, Ashanik? Or
With my intelligence level, I point the wrong way as I say that. Is like lift or
Left.
right. So it's like, which one shall we go?
I ask Ashanik if you want to guard the back, or I do it.
You can do it, Rorik. I'll go third.
Yes, but it doesn't really say the direction.
Left, we'll go left.
We'll go.
Well, lift seems to be the party's lift, and I go right.
Okay, you should be able to see it going round now. So you can see the it sort of like turns round, and you probably think it's heading somewhere. You can see it curves ahead, so you can't see round that corner. Even though you've got your dark vision, it is quite dark in here, but your dark vision is going absolutely fine. So you can hear. You've got the actual. You can see fine. There is at this point still light coming in from outside, so to speak.
Okay.
Is that including the other two?
Yeah, I've got a necklace which allows me to see up to 10 feet.
Finally, because you were the kind of the only person that couldn't. So we should.
And you also know that Rurik can cast. I think you've cast light before. Yeah.
And I've got produce flame, which is normal light for 10, and
exactly.
then dim light for an extra 10 after that. So
Yeah,
Between
it
us,
might
it's
last
sorted.
for like an hour or so.
Cool. What would you like to do?
The thing I could do is I could cast light on like the blade of your scimitar, and you could hide it in your. You have the sheet of it or not?
no, because I just picked it off an orc, so it's just hanging in my belt. Unfortunately, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Thinking that we might be close to where we kind of need to be after the week of travel. I'm kind of raring to go.
Yeah.
And I take out my long sword and shield.
Yeah.
And then move up to the carry on blissfully unaware that I'm going in the wrong direction that people asked. I'm going to the right.
Yeah. Cool. You should be able to move your character.
No, yeah. I'm just saying it.
What are we doing? We're just going to leave him.
Well, it's up to you. You decide
You're
what you want to. You're next, and they can't pass you.
Okay, so I turn around and look at him and go, idiot, and just follow him.
You probably need to be up. Do you actually want to be able to see around the corner? You probably need to be. Yeah, that's it. So if people just move up to where they're going to be. Excellent. Okay then. So you can actually you start sort of like walking round to see what is round this corner. But sadly, Julius, you don't get that far at all, because just at, and I'm just moving everybody back to where you would be, to here, just as you walk around to here, all of a sudden you're quite happily marching down, when all of a sudden the ground just gives way underneath you and you just fall straight down, down what seems to be about 10 foot, and land on what can only be seen as, it seems to be a pit full of metal and so like bits of armor, shield, pots. Nothing stabs into you. Although you do
Grindcore pit.
you do take 6 points of damage.
Oh,
Are you adjusting that? Yeah.
yeah.
So you do take 6 points of damage, and you all hear this sort of like this clattering as as metal lands on metal, and Bazooka, you suddenly see. Shenik, have you suddenly lost hit points?
You said we all took 6 points of damage.
No,
Oh,
only
no,
flat.
Jules.
Oh, Jules.
He
Sorry.
fell down, not
I
us.
thought you said
Bazooka,
Sorry, my
you automatically you're just sort of like watching ahead, and all of a sudden you see the paladin just suddenly disappear from view. Julius, you noticed in here, as well as all the metal, and it's quite sticky down here. There seems to be some kind of goo in here as well, and you can see it on the wall. You all hear this almighty sort of like clatter as the paladin falls down some kind of a pit.
It's like, I'm all right. Honest.
Ask, is there any treasure down there?
You tell me. I can't see now.
Can I guess? Can I pick up a small rock that fit in my hand, and cast light on it?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
eye it
by
a
all
bit
means,
with
yeah.
my hand?
Just make sure you put it on your character sheet that you've got it as well, just in case we still got it for next adventure, so to speak. Unless it's
He throws it down and it hits me in the ghoulies.
yeah, because
I look down and say,
I think it's
put
1
the
hour,
lotion
isn't it?
in
Yeah.
the basket.
I say to Shenik, can you pass this to the gnome so we can see a bit more?
Yeah.
Okay, I take the stone off Rurik and pass it over to Bazooka. Are you wanting it to be dropped down to Julius? I ask.
Maybe just see where he is currently.
Oh, okay. I just pass it to Bazooka.
Okay. Oh,
Your hit points moved slightly then, Julius. Is this like...
I got told that my maths is wrong. 24 minus 6 is not 15. It's 18.
That is correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Stern disapproval from the maths lecturer.
Yeah,
there.
so Bazooka, what you doing, sorry, with this light stone?
I'm chucking it down to Jules.
Okay, so Rurik, Bazooka tells you that he's going to drop a stone down at you rather than just sort of like slinging it down, and you manage to catch this light stone. And yeah, it's definitely full of, it seems to be almost like wrought iron stuff, old pots, etc. It's nothing sort of like, there's no, I presume you're looking for magical items and treasure, but it just seems to be old pots and pans and everything like that.
But is there a skeleton there? Or?
Rurik shouts down to you, Julius. Is there a skeleton down there?
No, that I can see. It's just paint and metal. Okay, I can't actually see bone. As you described, it's just pots of metal. It's just weird armor, pots, metal, as far as I can see.
Suddenly, from Ashenik and Rurik, from your left, as you're saying, I'll ping the map. From here, flies two spears out of the darkness straight at you. The first one gets a 19 against you, Ashenik, and the second one gets a 15 against you, Rurik. I don't think the 15 would the 15 have hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15 AC.
So, Ashenik, you take 3 points of damage, and Rurik, you take 3 points of damage as well. And
Oh, you guys take 3 points of damage.
what appears to be coming out of let me just put that. Don't worry, they're not that big.
Wow.
Big salamander. Oh,
Run away!
Coming from
baby.
coming from this side, obviously alerted by the noise. It seems to be some kind of fish-looking people. They actually they've actually chucked their spears at you two guys, and they still have shields in their left hands, sort of like this. And it's obvious that they are. You notice that they've got some quite powerful teeth in their actual mouths, and it looks like that's going to be their main attack, so to speak.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are they smaller than Bazooka?
No, I think the question is can they go two abreast down the thingamabob? Is that your question?
No, my question is, did we find something that's smaller than Magnolia?
No. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's have some initiatives, please. Julius, if you actually roll your initiative as well, because you might want to be getting out, so to speak, if need be.
Okay.
I'm in shock.
Mine's actually.
Gone are the days that I have high initiative.
Oops, I can't. Here we go. Okay then. So I'm going first. So these are coming forward and actually taking their bites, so to speak. So these are their bites at you guys. So the first roll will be you, Ashenik, and then the second roll will be Rurik, so to speak. So 15.
That my armor class is 15. So is that a hit, or is that a?
That's a
20.
hit.
It's a hit. Okay.
Yeah. It's Shadowrun. That it's a graze.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting
and that's a nat 20 against Rurik. So your damage is 3, and then and your damage is 5, Rurik.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. And now Ashenik, you're up.
Yeah. I'm just checking something. Sorry.
That's all right.
Give us that one.
Oh, hang on. Why is my? Oh, yes, that's. Oh, sorry, bazooka.
I mean, yeah.
Why is that? Why didn't it put?
I can't do anything anyway because I can't get past these guys, can I?
Yeah. Okay.
No.
I'm just going to delay.
Okay. Yeah, Ashenik, what would you like to do?
I'm trying to remember which one it is. I know one of my spells is a free action.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that,
think.
Julius, what would you like to do?
Do I see any escape out of this area apart from above as I look around?
Yeah, that is correct. The only escape is from above.
I would like to try and clamber my way up then.
Excellent. I think you actually have. Do you have a climbing skill or anything?
No, I do not. It's just basics.
Do you have?
How deep is the hole?
10 foot.
Oh, that's me.
So,
What kind of armor do you have?
Athletics.
yeah,
or...
I'm quite happy for you to roll. So just so you know, you're going to roll your athletics. So the difficulty challenge of this is 15 because of all the slime that's on it. But you actually quite happily sclamber up it. Just out
Thank
of
you, +5.
just out of interest,
Proficiency.
which side of the pit would you like to climb up onto?
The one closest to the one that I fell down on.
Do you want to climb up on this side of the pit, or on this side of the pit? You see what I mean?
This side of the pit.
There isn't room there. The 10-foot pit, it's actually the whole corridor. Can you see what I mean? So you're going to have to throw the bazooka. So you're either coming back the way you were, or going.
Yeah, going back the way that I came. Effectively.
Excellent. Okay. So guys, what I'm going to do for you is that I'm just going to draw. So this is where the actual pit is, so to speak, just so you know for future reference. Yeah, Ashenik, have you found what you want to do?
Yep. It's a bonus action.
Yeah. So just link it
healing words.
Just link it in the chat so I can see it.
Yep. That's that one. Oh, okay. That didn't do what I told it to.
No, that's fine. So you'll heal yourself for 2 points of damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then as my normal action, I'm going to attack the creature that's in front of me with my force stuff.
Nice one.
That's the one. Sorry, I've just minimised my character sheet so I can actually see it.
No, that misses him.
Okay.
Twice. Yeah. Okay then. So Rurik, you're up.
I'm gonna attack with my axe to end it.
Yeah, go for it.
Nope.
No. Okay. Both of you attack, and both of you miss. And the creature, the fishman, for want of a better word that I'm calling it, actually shield your attacks. So as you hit them, they put them onto their shields, and you suddenly notice that your weapons are stuck. Obviously, the same sort of like sticky solution that was at the bottom of the pit, it actually sticks to the actual the shield. So you guys now, you can actually have a strength roll. So you need to roll your strength, okay, and you need, the difficulty is 11 or above. So if you roll a strength saving throw, and then as long as you get 11 or above, you actually keep hold of your weapon. If not, it's stuck to the actual the shield at the beginning of the next round. So off you go. So 11 or above. Yeah, whose is that? That Rorik's, that's fine. Yeah, that's off. Right, Ashenix, your staff is actually stuck to the creature's shield. So next round or each round, you have a choice. You can either let go of your staff, okay, and then do another action, or you need to take your action, no matter what it is, to actually try to yank your staff off the creature, so to speak.
Okay.
Okay. Right. I think that's everybody done. Yeah. 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 Excellent.
Yeah, why not?
Excellent. So let's have some more initiatives then.
Finally, I beat Bazooka.
I'm back to normal.
None of them.
I was gonna run along the walls to the other side, but then I realised that Shadowrun, and that's not me.
Excellent.
I
So,
love that ability.
Ashenik, you are You're first up. So this is when you will roll. You have a choice now. You either release your staff or you do your strength check again to yank your staff away. And then next round you will then be able to attack with it.
Give it a yank.
Quick question. So releasing the staff's my action.
Yeah, unless you have a bonus action. You can still use a bonus action. Because that's classed as outside your... but what you couldn't do is pull your staff off and then hit it. Actually pulling it off would actually be your action.
I was more thinking letting my staff go and drawing my scimitar, or was that 2 actions?
Yeah, you'll be able to let it go and draw your scimitar, but you wouldn't then be able to attack the next round. Until the next round, so to speak.
I'll do that.
Okay, cool. Okay then, right, my turn to fight. So here comes, this is the bite. So with your weapon attached to the shield, it sort of like pushes the shield to one side. So your weapon goes, as the staff goes to one way, and it just sort of like comes in to sort of like bite you quite nicely. And
don't do that again, then, Wills.
With you, Shenik, it's almost like coming down onto your face.
Okay.
So this is... I'm sorry, that's Rurik. Sorry. Shenik's is going for the neck. Okay. So this is yours, Shenik. 5 miss.
On your face.
And yeah, so luckily you they both bite you but miss you, so to speak. Okay, Rurik, you're up.
So my axe is not stuck.
Correct, yeah. Basically, if you roll it to hit roll and you miss, then the fishman will automatically catch it on its shield, and therefore you have to make that strength roll again. Can you see what I mean? So, but if you hit with your axe and actually hit the monster, then that's absolutely fine.
No, it's my precious.
There's no
My precious.
there's no space to cast burning hand.
Well, you would have to drop your axe.
Yeah, but
So-
if I drop it, there's space to hit both of them. Or...
Well, you won't hit both of them because the Shenik's in front of the other one. What's the range of the burning? Just link the burning hand spell in the chat because we'll be able to work it out, won't we? A 15-foot cone from you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would get the other one, but it'll probably get a Shenik as well. Because you'll have to fire it like that. You'll have to drop your axe and then burning hands them together like that.
Can I shout to a Shenik to step away from them and ready an attack when the Shenik get away from them?
I mean, you can use your free action to say, get away from the attack, but Shenik's already acted this round, so he could use a free action to say, yeah. Or can you see what I mean? But he can't literally do anything now because I think.
Yeah, I know, but can I ready an attack?
So I need to know what you are doing. So are you dropping your axe? The first thing, are you dropping your axe? Number 2, are you readying the spell? And number 3, I'm quite happy for you to say, get out of the way, Shenik, so he can actually do it next round. But what I'm saying is that if you drop your axe, say for example, then if the fishman gets initiative, can you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So is that what you're going to do? You're going to drop your axe, ready your spell, tell the Shenik to get out the way, and then...
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, cool. Okay then. Next up, so Shenik, you hear that ready to act when you can next act, so to speak. Julius, you're up on 8.
There are bodies in front of me. There's nothing that I can do. I prepared myself.
Yeah, just to let you know, you do hear Rurik's telling a Shenik to get out the way. Okay, so you guys will have heard all this as well. Yeah. Okay, Bazooka, is there anything you would like to do?
Is there any way that I can Like, how far is this pit? I mean, is there a way that I can jump across, or
Bigger than your legs.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So there's no chance of jumping across.
Well, no. No. There's always a chance of jumping across. Whether or not you will successfully jumping across, there's always also a chance of that. You know, it might be that you just do your biggest worry if you from the map is that you can't get a run up. You see what I mean? Because Julius could maybe chuck here. You know, he could probably put his shield down and his sword down and pick you up and throw you across there. That would be a nice.
But you can't get out of the pit.
Say again, sorry.
Julius can get out of the pit.
Who can't get out the pit?
Julius.
He's out the pit. He came out.
Yeah.
He came out
I
sort of
must
like
have missed that bit.
Yeah, he did.
Well, it was only like sort of like 30 seconds ago, I think, because
It was about 25 minutes, I thought. But
because
I could always throw you over.
Okay.
Yeah, because
And hopefully it goes round in a circle, so I can.
That's one of the reasons why I didn't go that way, because I don't know if it does.
Oh well. I can't get past these two, can I?
It's up to you, mate. It's up to you.
It will. I'm asking. Can I get past these two to like help with the fight, or is there no chance of me getting involved in this one?
Okay, so to me, if I was playing your character now, if I wanted to get into that battle, I would have various options. I might say, I just want to run and push Ashenik out the way, and actually
that will cause him to fall over.
It would cause him to fall over, but it would mean that I'm in the battle and he's out the battle. I like what you were saying before. I might get Julius to try to throw me over the pit so I can go around the other way. I might even just go up to Ashenik and sheathe my sickles and grab hold of his backpack and just do an almighty yank to try to pull him off his feet. You're probably not the best person to do that. Probably Julius is, mainly because of the height difference, so to speak. Yeah. But you might actually be able to pull him over backwards.
I'm going to ask Julius to throw me over.
Never toss a gnome. So you actually want me to toss?
Yeah, I want you to toss me over.
Yeah, well, Julius, you have no more actions this round because you've already had your initiative, haven't you, on 8?
So, yes. Yeah, I'm going to ask him, this round I'm going to ask him to toss me over. Okay,
so you probably spend your actions this round sort of like reorganising yourself like that, guys. Can you see what I mean? Okay. So you're ready for that. Excellent. Okay, guys. So that's it, so to speak. That's the end.
By the way, Big Beast, when we hit the hotel, we're only cuddling.
Okay, so next, let's have some more initiatives. Oh, wow.
10 double figures. Ooh, rock and roll.
14 as well. Nice.
See, I would make a brilliant player. 21 on my initiative roll.
Why are you not playing?
Because I'm the DM. You know?
Yeah, pretty much. And by the way, a DM's job is hard enough, probably even harder than us.
Okay then. So this is the my attack coming to you guys, so to speak. So this is yours, Ashenik.
Awesome.
No. That I think that's a critical. So let's just see what the attack on. Right. So both their attacks miss. Okay. So we will say that the lizard man lunges forward to try to bite you, and you take a nifty step backwards just at the right time, and he sort of like stumbles forward and lands flat head first into the actual liquid. You actually take, due to that critical roll, you actually take that opportunity to step back sort of like that little bit extra, so to speak. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So
Yeah,
you're sort of like out of that way. Brilliant. Okay then. So we're on to 15. That's you, Rurik.
So there is out of the way now. Asheni.
Yeah. The only problem is though, it's whether or not you'll hit that second one now, because he's actually lying face down in the water, because he's just sort of like landed prone on the floor. He's not going to be doing any attacking, but he'll probably take like half damage of it, because it'll probably catch his back, but that's it. Plus he's in water, which is not best for burning hands, but you can probably cast a spell now and definitely get the first one, and the second one will take half damage.
They need to do a dex.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So that one in the water can't technically make a dex throw, so he'll just take the half damage because he's in the water, so to speak. So what's my
13.
13. Cheers. So he gets 6. This one here gets 6. So he'll take the full damage, and then this one will take the half damage. So if you just do it in this way. So this one takes 11. And this one will take half of that, and I'll be nice and round it up to 6, so to speak. Let me just... Okay then. Cool.
He says he does it nice, but that happens to every role, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He's a nice GM.
No,
GM.
sometimes
He's a nice GM and a nice GM.
So sometimes I can actually round it down if I wish. Julius, go for it.
I'm going to grab the gnome and throw him across the pit.
Okay then. So I figured this is you'll have your strength bonus for this. You'll probably need almost like he's quite heavy. Hang on, you might want to wait until I tell you what your difficulty level is, or you can go.
Wait, no, wait. Ignore that one. That was a test. I was testing. It's all right. It's all right.
Dude, you better get better than 13 this time.
Yeah, I think
unless the next roll is worse, then that was it. But
I think roughly you're going to need about 15 to throw him over here, because you can probably do this action with him. If you could twirl him round and let go of him, you'll probably make the distance. But and please remember now that your sword is sheathed, and your shield is either on the ground or on your back, so to speak.
Because I've just climbed up.
Yeah. So
absolutely. Yeah.
So, and just to let you know, if you don't get 15, then he'll land in the pit. Okay, go for it.
Brilliant. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're now on your own. Well done.
You pick up the gnome, and obviously he's sheathed. The gnome has sheathed his sickles because he can't sort of like be. And you pick him up by the seat of his pants and by the collar, and sort of go whoa, like that, and he sort of like flies across. Just make an athletics roll, Bazooka.
Athletics. Athletics.
And it looks like the gnome's virtually going to curl up and land in a neat tumble on the floor. But as he goes across, he doesn't. He just goes bang like that, and so it ends up sort of like
almost hitting gracefully like a meteorite hitting the ground.
Yeah, and there's a slight like that as he sort of like slides along for
sparks coming off my armor.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay then, Bazooka, you're on 10.
Okay, so
I can guys. Has somebody got my? Because I can hear myself constantly coming back at myself. Can you see what I mean? So I've just heard, Bazooka, you're on 10, back in my headphones. Has somebody got it feeding back into the mic?
I'm not on your channel, and two, it's going through my headphones, so you shouldn't hear me.
Right. Or that's what I'm getting. It's stopped now. I can't hear myself now. Okay, then off we go. No, there again.
So
Did you hear
Yeah,
that?
I've not got. I can't have your Twitch on because my internet's going to crash if I do.
Yeah.
So I've just literally got Zoom and Roll20.
I don't think I can.
And the viewers of my channel will think that I have bad internet.
Here's what I'll do. If it is me, I will delete your channel. Well, not delete your channel, but I will close out of your channel. But I've got it muted, so it shouldn't matter.
Just test it.
I can't hear it now.
I've closed it down. Oh, so it might have been me then. But I had the sound switched off.
It probably depends
I
how
could hear
rambunctious
then.
we get.
I could hear. Had the sound switched off.
Had the sound switched off.
There.
I heard that.
I've got
I heard that coming. Yeah. So someone here is watching your stream with the sound on.
It's not me.
It's not me.
I've not got the stream open.
I'm watching the one that's left. muted.
I'm watching my stream, but it's in a different computer. It's not even linked. Okay, then let's just carry on. Okay, Bazooka, you're 10. What would you like to do?
Okay, I'm gonna go around. I can. He's annoying me now. I can hear it. I'm gonna go around and hopefully find out if it circles around on itself, so I can attack these from behind.
Right. So the first thing you do is get up off the floor because you're actually prone at the present moment in time. So what's your movement, and then just halve it.
Right. Okay. So I get up, I pull out my sickles, and well, considering that's all I can see, I have 25.
Half of that, though.
Oh, half that?
Yeah, because half of your movement is getting off the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. So what?
So it'd be like 12 and a half. So
you asked me to do maths, and I can't even do 24
that's why I joined the army in the
minus
first
6.
place. Can everyone see this, or can I just me?
Only you can see that, but of course they will be able to see it eventually. So you can see that this corridor goes into a big room, and you can see that here. Let me just ping it. Can you see this? This looks like it goes back the other way, but you're not too sure. And that's where your movement stops. Okay, Ashenik, you're up on 10.
Almost like one big boob. Just saying.
I
gotta laugh. I'm happy.
I'm going to stab.
I'm drunk, so it's no excuse.
Poor little lizard man thing in the back with my scimitar.
You're proficient in your scimitar, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you'll have advantage on this roll.
I don't want the advantage.
No, the advantage just means you take the highest roll no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that will hit him. Does 6 points of damage.
Sweet. He done something at last. Welcome
This episode.
to the game.
I have faith in you. Don't listen to batteries.
Excellent. Okay. That is the end of that round. So let's have the next combat round.
Yeah, don't listen to the guy that would have been unconscious by now if he hadn't taken his last. Yeah.
Oh, crap.
If anybody can get double figures, that would be fun. Oh, well done.
Wow, we got someone.
Okay, Bazooka. And now,
Okay.
right, go on. I need to listen very carefully to how you are moving round now. So be very specific how you're moving round.
I am jumping over this not to touch it.
Yeah.
Just in case, because I see the mushrooms growing out of these. I don't trust it. And I'm
Hello,
I'm
Big
try...
Beast's wife. to. That's a lovely dressing gown that she has, by the way.
Okay,
I'll
yeah,
pass that on
yeah.
later. And hopefully, this is going to go around and not fray off somewhere. And I'm going to. That's.
If you can get describe your action, yeah, as if you can you see where I'm pinging the map?
Yeah, I'm going to try and get round behind them and attack them from behind.
Excellent. So tell me what your movement is.
So I'm gonna.
Is it 25? Your
Yeah, it's 25. Yeah.
cool.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I think 6, 23. Yeah, you probably get close at the end of this round, so to speak, to actually attack. So you move round, and then you can see them. Yeah, you can see them there. You can see them there. And as you charge down this corridor, all of a sudden you go woo like that, and you suddenly fall down the pit.
Yeah. Taking what?
That is actually. Hang on a minute. I'm going to put it over the top of you, like that, and you fall down it. Oh, hang on, that's no good.
Killing you instantly.
Taking 5.
Welcome to my.
Taking
welcome
5
to
points
my
of
life.
damage.
5.
Yeah.
There we go. 23.
I have that song still in my head.
Oh, hang on. I just put it on the wrong layer. I want it on the map layer. I'm just sticking it on the map layer, and then you guys can't actually move it, so to speak. You shouldn't be able to move it now. Okay, Big.
Because of the camera.
How tall is Bazooka?
He is. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hi. Hey.
You're right, my love. How's it going?
Is I think he's like 3 foot something.
3 foot. Okay then.
I can't. Oh wait, bio. It'd be in bio. Yeah, 3 foot 3.
3 foot 3. So there's nearly a 7 foot gap from you
Easy.
to the top here. You do hear that there's an almighty clatter down here as well as you sort of like go into all the pots and the pans. Just to let you know before you start searching, I'll tell you for nothing, there's no magical items down here, so you don't need to start rummaging through it or coins or anything like that.
There's no trade. Okay, damn it.
Excellent. So 13 now. So this is me. So this guy will get up, a Shenik, but I'll have my disadvantage on my roll to hit you. So I'm taking the lowest one, so to speak. So it doesn't matter. I miss in any case. And then the other fishman attacks you, Rurik. 11 watt hit, I wouldn't have thought. So that's it. So brilliant. So now we are up to you, Shenik.
I'm going to take another slash with me.
Excellent.
My
Yeah.
Oh, get in, not Trini.
No, that's so this is
He's
his,
on a
wish.
disadvantage, isn't he? Not?
no. He's
No,
not.
he was at a disadvantage,
But now
but it's fine.
it's not. So this
Oh.
a knight.
His
So
sword is now stuck.
well, it is. But what you need to do is do your saving throw. So you need 11 or above for your strength. Oh yeah,
Has any thing changed? I changed the setting
it
with
comes.
OBS.
It comes up to this. You hit it. Hits the shield, but as it sticks, you actually pull it straight off.
Did
again,
nothing
and then-
change?
Did nothing change about what?
Oh, sorry. Ah, sorry. I didn't hit the mute button again.
Okay then. Rurik, you're up.
I think I want gas burning in again,
Oh yeah,
but a second level spell.
yeah. Just link it in the thing so I can see the. Is that a second?
Yeah, I'm casting
At
it
second level or at third level? Because you can cast third level spells now, can't you?
No, I can cast second level spell.
All right then. So you're going to cast it
Nice.
as a second level. So it'll be the normal 3d6s plus an extra 1d6. Yeah. So it'll be 4d6s. So I need to make
13.
yeah dexterity checks, aren't they? What am I doing? 13. Yeah. So that's a miss. But the second one, this one, that's the hit. That makes its roll. So just
So
do
it's half damage to
yeah.
the second
It's
one.
half damage to that one. But if you roll it, then I'll halve it. So this one takes 13. And then this one will take 7. Okay, so you, Ashenik, you see Rurik once more hold up his hands with his thumbs touching, and fire burns out from his hands, catching both the fishmen square in the chest, and both of them are consumed. There's a faint smell of rubber and oily skin as they slowly sizzle
Tips.
and die in sort of like auto cremation there. Excellent.
Awesome.
That lasted so much longer than it probably should have done. Yeah. Wow.
You can hear Ashenik and Rurik from the other corridor. You can hear somebody shouting, "Help!"
I hear nothing.
Can I check to see if my course stuff has survived? And if it
Oh
has,
yeah,
can I pick it up?
they're not damaged or anything. You look around, Ashenik, and you see Julius going, I tossed a nose, I tossed a nose, like that.
In that case, are we able to just say what we want to do next? Sorry, or am I jumping the gun?
Yeah, go for it.
I tossed a gnome off. Yeah.
I'm going to carefully walk towards the edge of the pit,
Which one? Oh, that one.
where Bazooka is like lying in pain from landing on a pot.
How
I'm
many-
going to like-
Bomb.
Did you take damage from falling down?
Yes, sir.
Did
I'm
you-
down to 23.
Yeah. Sorry, you didn't.
Oh, you are down to 23. Oh, happy days for you.
There you go.
I'm also at 23.
and then I'm going to like lie down and then extend my staff down to the bottom or as far as it can reach,
Wait, what?
So
that so I can rescue him.
Ashenik comes to the edge of the pit and lies down and extends his staff down to
In my bottom. I'm down to the bottom.
Bazooka, just roll your athletics just to quickly clamp it
Athletics.
up.
Okay.
Because
Me,
I think you have athletics, don't you?
Yeah, I do,
Bazooka?
yeah.
not me.
Yeah, he sort of like nimbly climbs up, shimmies up your staff. You know, gets hold of it really tightly, then sort of like shimmers up and comes up on this side of the thing. Let me take my fishmen off. Excellent. Okay.
So now we're back with 2 pits.
Yeah. You probably with some due care and attention and the use of spreading people, holding, getting one person across, maybe using a staff or something like that to get across. You can probably navigate over these. Which side are you planning on going down? Just out of interest, it doesn't really matter. But I'm just
I'm going to go down the side I'm on.
yeah.
Other
Okay.
than that.
Yeah.
Can I take one of the
Same
shields?
with me.
Hang on.
I'm
Sorry.
gonna go down the left. Sorry.
Bearing in mind, you can't see the whole thing. You can only see.
Yeah, it would be assumed that you would tell them what's beyond. Sorry, Rurik, I think I heard you started to talk.
Yeah, I wanted to take one of their shield because it's really effective. Like
Yeah, it will be effective for you though. It'll just be like a normal shield because they actually secrete the gooey substance themselves as part of a fish. To you, it'd just be like a normal shield, so to speak. But if you want to take a fishman's shield with you, then
It might be effective down the road, however, in different enemies.
getting
Is
enemies.
that right?
I keep wanting to make the Murloc noise.
I didn't want to drop that name.
Are you going to carry a fishman's shield, Warwick?
for no,
I didn't hear that. Sorry.
I didn't hear that.
It sounded as if you might. Oh, he's gone.
Oh
He's
no,
gone.
he's dropped.
Oh, no.
He's dropped.
Obviously, someone's internet's worse than mine for once.
No, if you want internet worse than yours, watch me stream during the week.
No, it's just because it's raining outside.
Join
And
the
has been
army.
most of the afternoon. So.
Rain doesn't really do much as wind.
Right, hang on a minute, guys,
Well,
because
both, 'cause we're on copper down here.
everybody, I need to move everybody around now because you've all come back into.
I know. I've got to do exactly the same. The guys in my viewership, bear with me. I've got to move people around. Oh, Longshanks and
He's the bear.
Right,
bear with me.
done.
I have two things to change.
Okay, sorry, Warwick. You were talking and then you lost connection. What?
yeah. I wanted to pick up the shield because the special of their shield is quite impressive.
Yeah, but what I was saying was that you won't be able to use the special effect because the fishman actually secretes the goo itself. So it's part
Okay.
of them. But you can carry a fishman's shield if you wish, but it wouldn't have the actual the sticking effect on it.
No, then no.
No. Okay. Right. So, guys, yeah. So if I just hang on, I don't need to. You can move yourself round to the next part.
How do? Oh, okay. So
You don't need to move.
doesn't
It.
matter.
No. I just want to see where everybody stood.
Awesome.
I'm just waiting for Warwick. Yeah.
On
So
the lead. Okay.
yeah, brave move, Druid.
A brave Sir Robin.
Bravely ran
Bravely
away.
ran away.
Oh, good luck, Monty Python.
Right, guys, you can actually see. Let me just do this for you. So let me zoom it out a bit so you can see everything. So you can see that the corridor ahead of you, the sort of like cavern, sort of like turns again. This let me just ping it for you. This here, that water is still slowly trickling in. And is quite shallow. It's only about this deep, so to speak, as is the one that Ashenik's stood in at the moment. This here looks a lot deeper, Ashenik, from where you can sort of like see over at this part. It looks a lot deeper, and it's not as thick and gooey as the water running into it. It seems to have pooled here over a period of time. It seems to be more like it seems to be sort of like very still though, and it's only slowly draining out the other way. So it comes in quite quickly from this side, but then congregates here and slowly slows down, if that makes sense. And then comes out really slow at this side. So this looks quite deep. There's a lot of weeds and duckweed floating on the top. And you can see round the edges of the cavern, there seems to be sort of like algae growing up the sides. And you can see that it's definitely grown up from the water onto the soil rather than naturally growing down, so to speak. There's nothing hanging from the ceiling. This pathway here, right the way through this, it seems to be quite a lot of well travelled in this area, so to speak.
Okay.
So sorry. So this here, it looks clear. There's no pollution in it.
No, there is a pollution in here, but it's not
Right.
as polluted as here.
Okay.
This is cleaner.
Right,
But,
okay.
And then this is really not very pleasant at all. And this area here tends to be flowing quite quick, a lot faster than this. So it's almost like it's pooling in this room and slowing
yeah.
down and becoming more sort of like...
So the pollution's coming from up here somewhere.
yeah, but
That's the ultimate source of it.
But that's a good point, Shenik. You probably think there is a source up here, but this is obviously, this pool is often, I think it's probably because the water's congregating in here and it's quite stagnant in this pool before it drains. And if you've heard of reed beds for stopping pollution, it's almost like having the opposite effect. So there's a whole load of weeds here, but as the water is going through it, it's obviously picking up pollution and stuff like that, and then heading out again.
It's probably just the concentration.
Yeah, it's the fact that it's flowing down. The pollution's flowing down to here, and like building up.
Yeah, but this is a lot deeper, so it's probably been congregating around here for some time, if that makes sense. So you would have thought, when one bit of pollution came in here, it probably stayed here for a while and nothing happened downstream. But as more and more pollution has come into it, it's sort of like gathered more. But
so it's a bit like you've got the overflow things on a bath or a sink. It's a bit like that. So the water is just at that level, just slowly. So it's going in fast, but it's just slowly trickling
out the other way. Yeah, and
Okay.
you can see that the weeds and the sort of like creep down this sort of like channel, and obviously goes down further down the other way.
Okay.
I ask either Shenik or Rurik, can they do anything to this? At least better.
And while he asks that, I also go next to him and ask, Shinik, can you feel anything magical about this river?
Can I check if there's something arcane with
by all means.
the pollution?
Nah, you think it's fine.
Okay.
I think it's natural more than arcane.
No way. You can drink it. It's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just, I don't know, a dead deer up the top there.
Can I carefully, sort of like without falling in, use sort of like my staff to try and pull out some of the weeds and stuff which are like over this end, just like to try and free it up a little bit, or are they like full on grown in?
You'll need to move in to start off with. So if we're going in, let's move into the room, shall we? So what's the rest of you doing as Shenik moves in?
Okay, hey, get out of my way.
Sorry. We all had the same idea.
Yes.
Okay, you sort of like, you use your staff and you sort of like pick up some of these reeds, and they're like, they almost like seem natural. They just seem to be so much of them. It's as if just roll your nature roll. Yeah, you think it's as if the ecosystem's out of balance here. You see, you probably think that if everything was normal, this would never have happened. But it's as if something is not balanced. here anymore,
Okay.
and that's causing this increase in weeds and reed, so to speak.
So, can I safely summarize that it's sort of like, I think that it's the pollution that's coming into this pool is causing the excess weeds.
Most definitely.
Okay.
There's definitely something from this point onwards, or in this pool, or coming down from this pool. It might not be that it's here. It might be like Flat was saying, that it's almost like it's just concentrating here, and that's causing the imbalance, so to speak.
I can't see that if there's pollution in the water here. But I wouldn't know that because I'm not that intelligent, am I? Sorry. Don't worry.
No. What it is there's a small trickle of whatever it is coming in, but because there is a pool, it's built up.
I understand that. It doesn't matter. I'm not that intelligent. Don't worry. Carry on.
Can I do a divine sense to see if there are any evil things?
Well, it's not really like that. It's like you sense if there's demons or undead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
go for it.
I would like to do one of them.
If there's pollution going into it.
It's pretty much just a.
But you need to cross it off, don't you? Because you can only do it certain amount of times a day.
I can do it. Yeah, I can do it once a day.
Yeah. So that's absolutely fine. No, you don't. You think the only demon in here is probably Bazooka, and that's it. You know, no, there's definitely no sort of like demons or fiends or anything like that in this general area.
Good to know that the small one is the only one that I need to be worried about.
Oh, sorry, he's not a demon. He's an imp.
Yeah.
But actually, I do remember that an imp nearly wiped you out before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Big
we
Wish
were-
is lesser.
But we won't talk about that.
excellent.
That was
Okay, guys, what would you like to do?
that was
Bite your bloody knees off.
I'm going to, because there's nothing much we can more to do to this pool to make it like flow faster out, is there?
No, well, no, really and truly, you probably need to stop
The pollution.
coming in, so to speak. Yeah.
So I'm going to carry on walking up this way
Okay.
to explore further.
Okay. So you guys, put yourself in the order that you're sort of like marching out in.
Hey, if you're there, I'm here.
Is this next part wide enough for two abreast or
Yeah,
one abreast?
one on either side of it.
Does Julie still have the rock I gave him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can see fine. Okay, are we happy with that then? Yeah.
I do have dark vision anyway.
Yeah. No. That,
Yeah, but like Shenik didn't see the dog.
I count up to
Yeah.
10.
Guys, we're going to build a wall.
Okay, Trump.
Okay. Just so you know, you can see that the corridor progresses like such round the corner, and you, Julius, can you just make a perception roll for me?
Oh.
And by the way, we've just visited the kidney, and now we're moving on. Perception. Persuasion. No, that's persuasion. There we go.
Well, one's persuasion and one's performance.
So neither.
So
Really?
The other one, the other P.
The first P.
What? Oh, yeah, there we go.
Underneath it.
I got it. I
Yep,
see.
okay.
Nice. Oh.
Yeah, the other numbers is the most important.
Okay, what would you like to do?
I carry on.
Okay,
Yeah.
just as you are setting off once more, you suddenly notice something. And when I say notice something, it's 2 spears that come hurtling out of the pool here.
How do I go first?
No, you're safe.
You round the corner.
Actually fire out at both Bazooka and Rurik. The 40, I have advantage on my rolls, by the way. The 14 is yours, Bazooka. So what's your armor class?
16.
16. So that sort of like clatters off the wall, sort of like here. This one, Rurik, is yours, and that's my advantage roll, so that will hit you. And you will take 5 points of damage, so to speak. You notice as Bazooka and Rurik, you turn round, coming out of the oh no, don't worry, it's not that big.
Wow! He's a dragon! A dragon comes out.
Coming out of here are 2 similar whatchamacallit, of these fishmen, exactly the same as beforehand. Shenik, just so you know, while you were down there, your passive perception is 11, I think. Is that right?
I've got a passive wisdom perception.
Yeah, so that's
It's
your
11,
passive
yeah.
is 11. So what your passive perception does is that if, for example, if a secret door's there and you want to notice it as you walk past, I might say to notice it you need a passive perception score 15. So can you see you wouldn't notice it. So to actually notice them with their fish eyes just slightly above the surface of the water while you were there was 13. So unfortunately, So just so you know that I didn't just sort of like say, oh, they came out. Otherwise, you would have actually seen them. Okay, guys. Let me just clear this.
Vibrate. No, okay.
You're in the wars today, Rurik, aren't you?
Yeah.
All of us are.
Same thing. Go. Oh, come on.
Really? What? Oh.
Dude, it doesn't matter. You're around the corner.
I know this.
Okay, are we all on? Yeah. Okay, let's order them then. Chunk. Excellent. Okay then, Rurik, you are off.
Are they still in the pool of water? Or-
They've got their feet in them, but they're not sort of like down like this. They're actually fully up because they just lob their shield spears at you. You notice they're exactly like the other two. They've got shields and bite attack. So your next guess is that they're probably going to charge forward at you, and whether or not they both decide to parallel onto you, or whether or not one bypasses you to go to Bazooka is currently unknown.
I would like to cast lightning to the first one near me.
Just ping which one you want.
This one.
Yep, cool. So that's 15 points, isn't it? Yeah. Excellent. So guys, you
That's the it 15.
oh yes, sorry. Okay, yeah, that hits. Sorry. Oh, that's a little bit less. That's not so exciting.
But
they're in water.
Yeah, they're in water.
It's conducted. You know.
Water technically is not actually that much of a conductor.
Yeah.
Of a,
I wouldn't like to be standing in it if
the
someone
mineral
else
in
is
the water.
electrocuted.
yeah.
Did you know that the current of a wire doesn't actually go from positive to negative? It actually goes the other way round. It's just
It's your convention.
conception of what you were taught in school is that this is the way it goes.
Because the electricity is the flow of free electrons around the material. And
It
hence,
doesn't matter if it's positive or negative.
No, it goes one way, but we are
Yeah.
taught the other way.
The flow of electricity is actually from towards the positive side of the battery,
Yeah.
but we are taught that it actually goes around the other way. And
See,
that's
I always thought it doesn't matter what way it went.
It does.
If there's like electric current on one side and a conductive current on the other, it will go that way.
it doesn't. What we're saying is that it's we're going more into the atomic structure of materials.
Yeah.
So you don't electricity travels so quickly, you don't actually notice the direction. But Flat's right. We teach children that it goes from the positive to the negative, and that's the flow of electricity. But actually, it's not. The actual flow of electricity goes the other, and that's why.
Liars.
That's why
Teachers are liars.
Yeah. Well, a lot of teachers don't actually understand it, and that's why certain certain metals or certain materials are not conductive. They do not conduct electricity because they don't have that free electron to actually be able to move around. So yeah.
Indeed.
So, sorry. Before we go, rubber, for instance. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an
They say if you
insulator.
wear is an right. Okay. So you can still be electrocuted.
If you have rubber from your skin to the ground
Yeah.
with a sock not in the middle, then it will pass the electrons freely.
But if you're insulated, the electricity won't actually move. Cannot actually. You're not earthed. The danger is when you're actually earthed, and therefore, and you're talking about two different things at the moment. You're talking about the flow of electricity, i.e., what we generate from batteries, etc. And if, for example, there was lightning, and the best way to, if you're in a car, you're in the most safe place ever, because the car will be hit by lightning, but it can't earth because of the rubber tires, and so it can't actually get down to earth, so it won't travel through you.
That's what I was gonna say. I actually got electrocuted, and I was wearing rubber soles.
Yeah, but there might
That's
have
a
been.
misnomer.
Yeah, and the other thing is that you have to be careful. If you're caught out in a lightning storm, the best position to do is to crouch down on the floor on all fours with your head as close to the ground and put your butt up in the air, because that is the highest. That is literally the highest object, and so the lightning bolt is more likely to hit that and travel straight down your thigh to the ground, which is the quickest route. And
because it's the least vital
Exactly.
of... Yeah.
So right, okay then. Back to
Back to the fishman.
yeah. So we're on to 14 when this guy runs up to attack Rurik with his bite.
He would like to stick his butt in the air and...
That's actually a critical fail. So as he clambers out of the water, he actually sort of like gets his web feet caught and sort of like stumbles to the ground, so to speak. Right, Ashenik, you're up.
Oh, you're only moving one. Okay. I'm going to stay where I am and ready to prepare to defend myself.
Okay. Bazooka.
Yeah. I am readying myself for an attack if it comes. I am hoping to strike first.
Okay. And Julius.
I'm gonna move down here and hop in between these guys,
Yeah.
and then move to hit this guy here.
Yeah. What was your total movement then? Yeah.
Let me just. That's 7 foot. I can't do the maths. My maths is not completely.
15 plus 13.
15.
which is
21.
28. So as
Yeah, I moved 30.
Yep, that's cool. Okay then.
Awesome. So I'm going to take a swing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. A yes in French.
I can't get my character.
You
Can't select him.
Yeah, it's because she's still on the ruler.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I saw the exact same thing as you mentioned it. Cool. Here we go. 14.
Yep, and that actually, well, actually have advantage because he's prone on the floor, but 14 is that advantage roll. So yeah, so do some damage for me, please.
11.
11. Hang on a minute. This one got damaged by your spell, did it not?
The one in the
No, yeah, sorry. This is the one. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, I forgot that it was Witch Bolt and not Burning Hands, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. So that's the end of that round, so to speak. So let's have next round. Ooh.
No
Just be
dice.
Just waiting for everyone else's initiative.
Flat's chatting, and Bizuka, I think, has gone for a bio.
Okay.
I'm
I'll
guessing.
go grab some water.
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Sweet. So I was. Some people are dropping frames on my stream, so I'm trying to help them out and trying to explain that I'm trying to do as much as I can from my end.
It's all right. We can't. Clout went away because you were busy on your stream, and Big's not here. So Clout's gone away because you guys weren't here. Now Big's not here.
It's all my fault. Oh, sorry.
Made it.
Initiatives.
Rolled.
There we go.
That's why.
Yeah, hang on, because it's not in the.
Oh, because I'm on the map thing.
Okay, Julius, you're up.
Swing from the tables of my heart. Da, 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 da. 8.
Well, you have advantage on the roll, but that's still miss no matter what. Excellent. Shenik, you're up.
I'm going to. Sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to turn around, move to this position so I can keep an eye out round this corner so we can't get surprised.
Excellent. You can roll a perception roll now that you're there.
How do you better than mine?
Hopefully. Not much.
Okay.
Not much.
This guy comes up, and he will actually attack you, Julius, but he will actually have a disadvantage on his roll because he's actually getting up at the same time. So I'll take the lowest. I'll take the lowest score, no matter what comes up. So that'll be miss. And then this guy will come up as well, and he will come up as well, and. His is the 11 because it's first roll, so that will miss as well. So that's 9. Bazooka, you're up.
So, Is there a way of getting past Rurik here? Because I see there's a gap, but I don't know if I can squeeze
No,
past him.
the way you could have come would have been this way, the same way as the spear came at you. Do you see what I
Right.
mean? So that would have been it's the way that Julius came down, so to speak. So he came in that actual gap, so to speak.
Okay, so I can't get into this fight at all.
No, not now. No,
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna come.
you can go and stand
this
next
side of Rurik, and if anything is to attack from that side.
Sure,
I'm
a
ready.
Shenik. Yeah, sorry, a Shenik.
Shenik.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay then, Rurik, you're up. I'm presuming you've cancelled your lightning spell
Why?
because Julius is in the way.
My lightning spell
Paladin.
stay on the timer.
The lightning spell would what, sorry?
Paladin. Okay.
When I hit someone with the lightning spell,
Yeah.
the lightning stay on the person and zap in each round.
So is there no bolt coming from you to the...
The first attack is a bolt that hit the person,
Okay.
but
Just,
when
can you just link it in
Yeah.
the thing so I can see it? Cheers.
Do it. I can take it. Ugh.
whoops, sorry,
I probably can't, but yeah, I'm gonna think that I can.
Is the level? I mean,
Get off the table.
Between you and make on a hit. On a hit targeted on each turns after you use your action to deal the lightning. Yeah. The spell ends if you use your action. The spell also ends if the target is ever outside the spell range or has total cover from you.
So he can do it if he hits me on a normal AC.
Well,
Kind of roll?
this
I
might.
thought
Yeah,
you
but
said
I need to
if
make
it
a
hits him, it stays
concentration.
with him.
Well, sorry, I'll read it again. The spell also ends if the target is ever outside the spell range or has total cover from you. So how big are you, Julius?
I am. Let me get my bio up. I'm kind of normal.
Oh, okay. So he's all right.
I think you're quite
Yeah.
hunky, aren't you?
I'm 185 centimeters, which is about 7'1".
Yeah, and you're carrying a what?
6'1". 6'1".
And you've got a shield in your left arm, have you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So that is quite nice cover for that guy. So that spell has now ended, so to speak. So, but it's still your action rule. You can do whatever you wish. You've got this guy here. You can't hit this guy because he's in cover from that one, but you can swing your axe or do a spell at that one.
And I'm like, what the hell?
I would like to help Julius and give advantage to this guy.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Yeah,
cool.
flanking
Okay then.
him.
So that's the end of that round, guys. So let's go into the
Premature.
next. Oh, that's a good
It-
initiative roll.
In the way.
Oh, God.
We didn't get a 0. That's impossible. Oh, okay, 4.
Okay, was that a crit, by the way? Was that a 1?
It was.
Yeah. So, excellent. Bazooka, are you just carrying on looking? Yeah.
Gosh.
Ashenik and Bazooka, can you both make perception rolls while you're up there, please? Just so we can, because you are guarding, so I'll give you the opportunity to have a listen.
Something's up there.
I got a 12.
Yeah. Got you.
I got a 16.
Bazooka, you can almost like hear the the soft sound, and it is a very, 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 very soft sound, i.e. 15 or above to hear this, of chanting. And you're quite pleased that it is a soft sound because this is quite a loud combat behind you with lightning bolts going off, etc., etc. So you're pleased that it is a soft sound because otherwise, your sound would be going that way as well. But there's definitely you'd almost like hear sort of like a chanting noise.
Okay.
Excellent.
Can I pass this on to Aurora? No. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Shenik.
by all means, yeah. So
What's your name, Boo?
here's your attack rolls. I think who did they attack last round? I can't remember.
The attack
battery, wasn't it?
Julius.
But yeah, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, because you stabbed it when it was down. Yeah. So here's the 6 a miss. 18.
Nope.
No. Okay. Cool. Okay. Ashenik, you're up.
I'm still guarding, but
Okay.
I'll also defend myself if I get surprise attacked.
Rurik, what would you like to do? Would you like to change your action or do something else, or keep supporting Julius in combat?
I'll keep supporting.
Okay,
Julius.
brilliant. Okay then, Julius, off you go. Pick one, and remember you've now got advantage from your...
I'll pick the one closer to Rurik because I would like to take the danger away from him.
Okay, so this one here, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, off you go. Roll away.
You say hit and roll. 14.
Yeah, that actually hits. So do some damage.
By Jove, dear lad. 8 damage.
8 plus 8. 19, which actually protects Rurik quite nicely since it dies.
Sweet.
You killed something.
That's the second thing that I've killed. Unfortunately, I have no notage to say how many I've killed so far, so I'm down to 0.
Excellent. Okay then. Next round, people.
However, I'll put that down as 1.
Oh, I'm back.
We're all going single
So am I.
figures this time.
Oh, indeed. Hey. Ooh.
We all on there? Yeah.
Minute. Yeah. Oh my word.
PG.
Okay. Bazooka, you're up. What would you like to do?
I would like to push forward slightly. Say to about here. Will I be able? If I am there, will I be able to see round this corner here?
No. You would have to be here
A bit further.
to see round the corner.
How far is that? Oh crap! But how far is the? Okay, I'm gonna push up. Here. That was 25 there, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay then. This is me hitting you, Julius.
Yeah.
22. I think I'll have that.
That does hit.
3 points of damage.
3. Okay. 8, 17, 16, 15.
Excellent. Ashenik, you're up.
In that case, I'm going to.
I've got that back chat
Follow up.
again, right?
In that case, I'm going to follow up behind Bazooka
Yeah,
to
cool.
support him.
Okay, Julius, you're up.
I'm gonna hit this guy here.
Yeah, cool.
For the standard.
That sounded creepy, mate.
So 23.
Yeah,
Ugh!
do some damage to him.
I will. 1. No, not yet.
Poke him with a
6.
stick.
6.
Cool. And Rurik, what would you like to do?
I will move here,
Yeah.
and I will cast True Strike.
Yeah. Nice one.
Oh, I didn't use my Someone to give me something, didn't they?
Excellent. So that's the end. That's the end of that round, so to speak. So initiative, guys. Hang on. Bazooka and Ashenik, are you planning on doing anything this round apart from waiting there?
I'm planning of getting around the corner and finding what's this chanting.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay then. So just roll. You roll your initiative then.
Okay.
It's a good thing you got an 18 then as well, Pig.
I know that. You can go first.
I think I'm a pure British lad and go. Yeah, you go first, lads.
Okay then.
Off
you go.
So polite. After you,
exactly.
Sir.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Shenik, after you, sir.
Well, it'll be whoever has the highest
anyway.
dexterity. Yeah. Yeah, Bazooka. He can't. You'll have to move first in that case.
Okay then. Right. So let's. Oh. Right. I'm gonna move to. Can you see that? Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna move to there. And take a sneaky peek around the corner.
Yeah.
You see a wall.
Yeah, it's a dead end.
How long is your? Are you 60 foot or 30 foot?
He's about that big.
30. I believe it's 30, but let me just check.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll let you see into them. Okay, you can see into the room, and that's as far as you can see at the moment. But there's definitely something going on in there, and there's definitely the sort of like the garbled, bubbly chanting of what you assume to be more of these fishmen, so to speak, in there. And there's also quite a big amount of splashing going on. You can definitely hear some kind of thing flailing about in water, so to speak.
Those people that like water sports, we don't.
Shenik,
really...
whereabouts are you going? Are you moving up?
I'm going to stand right behind Bazooka, ready to support him if anything else happens.
Do you want to move yourself up then?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just writing down what you said.
Yeah, and then it's me attacking you, Julius, next.
Yep. I mean, whoever. No, that's.
Yep. So that right. Rurik, you're up.
Whoever does enjoy.
I will attack him.
Yep.
I mean,
cool.
They can enjoy water sports all they want, as long as they don't pollute the water.
Yeah.
True.
16 a hit. Yeah. And that, what's that? Is that 11 points damage, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. And that kills that one, so to speak.
Sweet.
Okay, guys, what would you like to do?
Well, I want to...
Where is the gnome and the druid?
Are we still limited movement? Or are we free to do whatever?
Oh, you're free to do whatever.
Fantastic. So yeah, I would like to join our comrades in arms. So what they're doing?
They're just Bazooka's peeping around the corner, and he brings you up to date and says that he can definitely hear what appears to be chanting from the room ahead, and also a large amount of splashing and flailing about in water.
My exact words.
And that is where we are going to leave it for
Oh
tonight.
No! You
So,
can't do that to us.
Before we leave tonight, can you just tell people where they can find you? So starting down at the bottom, which is actually Clout. Off you go.
I'm Klutzaden. You can find me in this game, or you can find me in the chat of those wonderful streamers there.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And next up is Big.
Okay, I am Big Beastie. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all at the same name. And also, you can find me on a Tuesday, as well as a Saturday in Will's stream. On Tuesday, it's Shadowrun. Be there.
Excellent. And next up is Flat.
Guys, my name is Flat_Batcher. You can find me on Twitch TV with that name. You can also find me on Twitter by a Flat_Bat Twit. There is a link on my thing. Find me on Twitch and you'll get a link there. Don't you worry. Don't you dare worry.
And
But
and finally, Longshanks.
Hi, I'm Longshanks EPG. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Longshanks EPG, and also 100% in Tuesdays on Inwill's channel for Shadowrun, and on a Saturday night for D&D in Inwill's channel.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So, guys, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's stream of Dungeons & Dragons episode 10. We've left the party hiding behind a corner, peering into a cavern that is full of chanting. Please remember that you can join my Discord by looking down below or by following me on Twitter at InWills. Also, please remember that tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock, there will be a Star Wars operation happening. So by all means, tune into the channel there to see it. And I always get this wrong, but I think it's... I always say terror from above, but I think it's terror from beyond. So that will be tomorrow night. So guys, it only remains for me to say, have fun, and I'll catch you all later. And until then, consider yourself well and truly waffled. Have fun, guys. Bye.